putting a few finishing touches on some things. I think. Shut up! I think Farah is just about ready.
Oh, crap, that's going out the wrong way. 1 sec.
Fantasy Ground has slowed to a crawl.
It's Tato doing all his stuff.
Most likely it's just for you, and you'll want to restart. Just right-click, exit, and then come back in.
Oh, by the way, Tato.
What's up?
If we're really doing this, for your stats, it's 4d6 drop the lowest.
I'm sorry, what?
Not going that in depth. Just
okay. Actually, yeah, just copy and paste your old
I'm gonna be right
ability
back.
score.
I'm gonna switch to the laptop because it's been less finicky. So.
Okay, so here's what I did. I don't remember what all my ability scores was, so I lowered my int by 2, so now I'm still an idiot.
Okay.
Erlix is yelling at you, Tato.
What is he saying?
Mostly asking why you're cheating on them.
Yeah, why are you cheating on them, Tato?
Shame on you, Tato. And you weren't even kidnapped.
Yeah,
I teleported. Remember? That's what Zim said. I'm not cheating. I got teleported. I can't help it. I walked into another stupid portal.
Your freaking grandfather's gonna slap you across the room again.
He's gonna slap me to another dimension. Is what he's gonna do.
Tato, stop walking into portals.
I can't help it.
They're bad for you, says Turlix. Grandma told you so.
I know.
By the way, Zim, is the stream supposed to be black right now?
It's not black for me.
Black.
Not black for me either.
Hold on, let me refresh. There we go. Okay. Okay. No, for some other reason it just didn't load up the first time, so I refreshed and now it's better. Oh hey, we've got the new title card. Or have we had the new title card?
This has always been here.
Never mind. So yeah. Got that there, that there, that there. Check, check, check. Check, 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 check.
Do I still keep all of my earlier equipment or no?
You'd probably have most of the same equipment.
Cool.
We just need to take Tato's character card and push it into Tales of Miraleth. I don't know. I don't know, Turlix. I don't know if this is going to be a once game thing or if Tato is going to live with us forever now.
This is more than just an affair. This is true love.
Well, that or you'll have the Dusty complex of the Friday group, and you'll appear in every single game.
Dusty's in the Tuesday group.
Yes, I'm saying Tato will become the Dusty of the Friday game. Because the Friday game has no Dusty right now, as far as you know, people who just constantly hop games. Because they ate crazy magic crystals.
We just have the ZFG expanded universe. I'm sorry, ZGF expanded universe. We're like Marvel. We're like all these characters just, end up other places for other reasons to save the day in other ways. Hello, someone else joined.
It's me, Raharu.
Raharu, you made it.
Hi! I don't think we've met. Hi!
Greetings. How goes
You
it?
you are very late, but we haven't started yet, so
Alright, that's good at least.
who's Thanos then? I vote it's Lady Kelp. No, Thanos is just Zim.
I can see that.
I mean, with the snap of my fingers, you all do disappear, so...
Exactly. At any moment, he could ban half of us. No, Zim's got to be the hero. Thanos was a hero. He was doing the necessary thing to make, everyone be able to live happy.
I'm sure Hitler said the same thing.
Yeah, probably, but
I'm a hero. I'm making sure everyone lives happy. That I want to live happily.
He just had to kill like 6 million people to get there.
A lot more than that.
Did he kill off like half of the universe's population?
Yeah.
Are we talking about Hitler or Thanos at this point?
I mean,
No, Dean killed Hitler. I just watched the episode of whatever you call it.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
No. Supernatural. I was not expecting. I was not expecting them to bring Hitler back.
Wait, hold on. In Supernatural, they brought Hitler back. Okay, hold on. We're starting. We should be starting. I can't get this sidetracked.
Well, all right. Now, guys, I kind of hate to do this, but I'm going to start running some ads. It's only 30 seconds, though.
Okay, let's go back to talking about Hitler then.
All right, ad is running. 30 seconds. Let's go.
Oh. Okay, Ellen, get in here. What took you so long?
You talk with me?
Sorry, what?
When you said what took you so long,
What?
I'm talking to you, Elman. Yes,
There we
I'm
go.
speaking.
See, it wasn't that bad. It was only 30 seconds.
I hardly
Thank you
even
all so
noticed.
much for dealing with that. I am Razim, and this is Tales of Miraleth Dungeons and Dragons.
That sounds so
Welcome,
much better.
everyone. What?
Nothing. Go on.
Oh, the ad might only run for non-subscribers then. That would be a cool feature.
That
Though
would
it
be.
means that I can't really just sit here silently when running one then. Well, anyways. I will turn this over to Tato. Please give us a recap.
Everybody died. There was an explosion in the planet, and everything's dead. There was like a black hole, and like a comet came down, and now they're making another Fortnite game.
I think he, Tato, I think he meant about Tales of Miraleth.
Oh, I don't know, and I don't care.
Wow.
Well, after that enlightening speech, I suppose we should turn it over to Crag. Crag! Where the hell is Crag?
He's in here, isn't he?
I legit thought you said crab.
Apparently Mike's not working.
Oh yeah, he's got it muted. Also, Raharu, you're getting some interference on your
Oh.
end.
let me go fix that. Sorry.
Okay, Golking, go.
Hello?
Oh, there he is. Yeah, hi. Go on.
Yeah.
Craig? Okay, whatever. He was literally just here and okay. So, we last left off with the party sort of splitting up a little bit. Everyone was having spasms of wild magic. Likewise, Risthorn and Crag were trying to do some things to learn a bit more about magic, seeking out a wizard or something, but there was a random snowstorm in the sort of, summer turning into fall season that they had, which was rather unexpected, and it ended up closing a lot of places down. Delphine was able to set fire to the airship to sort of stall them for taking off, so that the rest of the town, well, not the rest of the town, the rest of the party could make their way over to the city of Farah in search of the stolen crown, or at least in search of some way to make the money back to pay off Delphine's debt. It was at least several thousand gold, though she was only asking for 1,000.
Testing?
There you are. Hi, Craig.
Testing?
Yes,
Kurt.
hello.
Hello.
as I was saying, the rest of the party, well, the entire party, was forced to sort of move back to the inn they've been consistently staying in as the snowstorm sort of raged on and left them with little else to do with the rest of the day. And traveling in the snowstorm and at night would probably prove to be just a little bit dangerous and bad for their health. So the new day then dawns upon them as they groggily wake up from their inn beds. The inn, much like last night, was a lot more crowded this morning, as a lot more people actually had to get to the inn to take shelter through the night until the snowstorm had passed, leaving it a bit more crowded this morning. The party will have noticed that the very, very large Dragonborn has actually seemed to returned to this establishment for his breakfast, though he stands out amongst the crowd that is currently, almost entirely filling the sort of front dining area of the tavern. It is rather hard to just move around, and almost a little bit hard to take note of him just because of all the noise and movement going around. But either way, there is barely enough room for everyone to sit down, get breakfast, and everything of the sort, if they were to so choose. But before I get too carried away with the party, I almost forgot the proper introduction for today's game. Once again, I'd like to say hello to the audience. My name is Gold King. I'll be your DM for today, and as always, I like to join you. I'd like to invite you to join us, for our game of D&D. As I am the DM of this world, and I have complete control of it, so I invite you to join us, as I have invited Tato for today.
Hi!
He is normally part of our Friday game, but he will be joining us today at some point or another. I'll let you decide when to throw yourself in there, Tato. You could be in the tavern right now, or you could come in down the line.
I'll come in down the line.
And we have an ethereal influence from good old Terlix.
Oh no! No!
But before we get too caught up with that, I'll be watching for the message for that Zim. Oh, there it is. Okay, gotcha. I can do that. Tato, just let me know when you're coming in. You're getting something special.
Thank you, Terry. You're special too.
Anywho. But yes, also to correct Eisen, as Zim already did in chat, the donation goal for today is build a monk. Just in case anyone's wondering. But before I get, again, too carried away, you, the player, are welcome to join us as well, as if you do, much like the rest of the party experienced yesterday, you would have experienced a snowstorm in the capital city of Fortitude, and you would have been forced to take shelter within a tavern. Though, when doing so, you would have taken note of a black cat bard who seemed to take note of you and moves over to you. He greets himself, introduces himself as a friend of Moriarty's and nothing more. And he states that he was aware that you've been looking for him, and he actually points you in the direction of Farah yourself, as it appears as though he may be making another move, as so the cat bard says, as he seems to have gotten a strange letter scrawled out from Moriarty that he hands to you, the viewer. The scrawled out letter reads as such. It looks to be very hastily written. It says, pardon the delay in all of the song, but I've had to head off to Farah due to unforeseen circumstances. Nonetheless, as always, I have provided for you the next page of the story. Although very sloppily written, it's luckily just legible enough for you to understand it. So, as it proceeds, the party does, as stated before, wake up, finding themselves in the tavern, able to start their day how they so see and to enjoy. Party?
You know what? Out of curiosity, how nice is this tavern?
Which regard? Like, is it?
Cause like wondering like if this dragonborn pretty much lives here, how are they not like swimming in gold?
Well, it is a larger establishment. It has a very large front room. It has a sort of rustic feel to it, but it does, of course, have a very nice upkeep. It's nothing fancy per se, though. Notably enough, the food here, at least the food you would likely see the dragonborn eating, always seems to be very, very good. Very exquisite. Just if you were to ever get a whiff of it, you would be able to tell that a lot of passion, time, and possibly even great skill went into that food. Of course, he's likely paying out the nose for it, but he's loaded, so he likely doesn't mind.
Ristforn's dragging Crag. We're off to
Dragon
find a
looks
wizard.
surprised. Craig looks too surprised to protest.
Don't we
Craig?
kind of have things to do though?
Ristforn grabs Crag, pulls him out of bed, starts dragging him across the floor. Crag's not even properly dressed yet. He's in whatever he'd be sleeping in. And he just starts dragging Crag to the door of his room.
Craig looks too surprised to protest, and still waking up.
I'd say Graham would probably be preparing to leave.
Come on, time for school.
Don't we have to leave? Don't we have things to do?
Where are
You hear
you?
from
Why are you
room.
there?
Why is
Meet
who
him in
where?
the hallway.
Why is Graham there?
Graham where?
Exactly.
In a hallway or at the exit of the inn of which you're dragging Crag to?
You all do have
Or-
rooms
and or
adjacent to each
through.
other. You all do have rooms adjacent to each other, and it's not like the walls here are thick and soundproof.
None shall see me.
Fair
Though
enough.
my battle cry may give me away.
Oh, hey, more influence from Turlix. What do we got here?
Well, Ristforn is still dragging Crag.
Do I still have interference, guys?
No.
Okay.
Not right now, at least.
Okay, good. Mine to get a new pair.
Graham sighs heavily.
I'll do it, but why?
You can deny an influence.
I can, but it's so meaningless. I don't see a reason to do so. I just feel this is a waste of Z coins. But anyways, how are you guys enjoying your stay at the School Stucks Tavern?
You put teas in everything.
Well, they do serve tea here.
Ugh.
You've been drinking it rather.
Going to the library, and therefore the wizard college place.
Because he's having school flashbacks and he needs to vent his anger. I'm sorry, what Ristforn? That distracted me.
Ristforn is dragging Crag to the college. With the
Okay.
library and, in search of a wizard.
Everyone else, how are you all reacting to this? Crag, Zyre, Graham, possibly Tato, Elemen.
So, out of curiosity,
I
real
already
quick,
said
what is Crag wearing?
Greg,
He is
what,
like
what do you sleep in?
he is like this green undershirt and hoodie.
You sleep in that.
There's one under like the top one.
Okay,
The
gotcha.
darker green.
So what? You've
Yeah.
got 3 hoodies that you wear?
Crag likes his hoodies. He's a thief.
Craig gets dressed by tying a hoodie around his shoulders, and then he puts one over himself, and then he ties one around his waist.
I'm just kind of
I-
imagining that you
Well, he
pull
has a
off one
vest over
hoodie.
his hoodie.
I'm just kind of imagining you pull off one hoodie and there's another, and then you just keep pulling them off, and it just goes through all sorts of different colors forever.
Yeah, I'm so cool. I like to wear long sleeve shirts and the short sleeve shirts and the long sleeve shorts and the short.
The light green part is a vest, and the dark green part is the hoodie.
See, when I look at your picture, though, you just basically have like a tunic and a hoodie. Or a tunic and a hood.
Fair. I guess that's what he has, a tunic over his hoodie.
Well, as Risthorn drags Crag off, Graham is going to rub his temples and continue to sigh.
Now Graham knows how it feels.
Enemy kind of pokes his head out of his room, seeing Risford dragging Crag again, and wondering whether he should follow them again or not, and he decides not to.
Zyra will just roll his eyes. Well, so much for getting an early start and heading to Farah.
You specifically heard they're not heading to Farah. He's taking him back to the college.
That's why Sire said not getting a head start.
Oh, gotcha.
Do we just leave them here? I don't think we should, but we can't stay here forever while Risforn tries to get Crag a doctorate.
How long would that take, I wonder?
About, if I recall correctly, 8 to 10 years? No, 10 years. Maybe 12?
Poor Crag. It'll probably take 10 years to learn the first spell.
I mean, to be fair, you've already cast magic without any experience.
Maybe he'll remember that experience. Maybe.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Graham will check the weather outside and see if the snowstorm was like a temporary freak magic thing, like everything else that was going on the previous day.
No, today's a very sunny day, very warm. Most of the snow is quickly turning to slush. It was just, weather anomaly.
There must have been some sort of magic storm yesterday, or something like that.
Don't teach my hamster to suck eggs.
Jurlix, I swear to God. How many Z coins do you have?
Actually answers that in this influence.
It does.
What's going on?
Tell you what, Turlix. I'm gonna go ahead and check to see. He made me do it. That. Oh, okay. I'll meet you halfway. I'll give him a sort of magic hoodie. But it basically equates to infinite. All right. Let's proceed.
Graham will look to the rest of the party that's still here and be like, so what are we doing?
Well, I'm not sure what we're gonna do while we're waiting for those two to come back. I don't want to fetch them again.
I really don't want to waste any more time than we absolutely have to.
You could always kill them.
You don't have to kill Crag. He'll just follow whoever's lead.
So we all just have to kill Riftform.
Crag isn't easy to control, Noel.
You won't know
Unless
how
you look
that
like a
went
cop.
last time.
Wait, what?
Yeah. You know, before we started streaming,
I mean, to be fair, that's because you fought like a literal band of mercenaries.
no, I'm talking about our individual party.
Oh yeah, no, that happened.
Yeah. I kicked butt. So, anyways, at the library, what are we? What's going on? We're looking for a wizard to teach us.
Well, I'm just making sure the rest of the party is just letting you go, because if they do, that's gonna.
Graham already tried to stop them.
That's gonna put a pin in everything I prepared for this session.
I mean, I told you I wanted to do this, and it's really up to you how quickly we get started on this or not.
I mean, it's really up to you. I have no control over what you do. I just control the world around you.
You know what I'm trying to get for. What I'm trying to start here.
I know some things you're trying to start.
Give Crag magic.
We discussed it in detail. Came up with the
hold on,
whole
wait.
plan.
Let me scroll up in chat real quick. Hey, there's the Pine Martins. By the way, Zim just like at one point DM'd me a bunch of pictures of Pine Martins.
Pine Martins
And
are a
sables.
glorious gift.
Pine Martins are cute.
Okay, that's too far back because that's when I sent you the images for my character reference. Let's see. When did we actually talk about this? I'm trying to figure it out. Was this on Telegram?
I'm pretty sure it was on Discord.
Okay, I have a. Oh yes, that. Okay. Man, I have actually zero recollection of that, but I see it now. Yeah.
Were you drunk?
I mean, I'm just generally drunk.
I mean, it
I'm
was
Irish.
2 a.m.
Oh
my
yeah, you're a
time.
bard.
I'm a bard and I'm Irish.
Oops.
My blood alcohol content is permanently 2%.
Oh my.
I can now feel my face starting
I
to burn
mean-
as though I've drinking whiskey.
That's
I
not
haven't
as
drinking whiskey,
good.
by the way.
That's not as good as Kalani.
What's Polani?
Kalani.
Who's
From the
Kalani?
Monday group.
Who's Kalani?
My character in the Monday group.
Oh, I didn't know you had a character in the Monday group.
Who would probably die if he drank water instead of alcohol.
Right. What's his name?
Kalani.
Gotcha.
Now, would ya get this going?
I'm waiting to see if the rest of the party actually does anything. If no one's doing anything, I'm gonna let you go do your little adventure.
We can't really do. I mean, we either split the party or
you talk, or you smack some sense in them. You can talk to them.
Or
You
you
can
come
go
with
after
us. Except we're out the door
Graham
already.
was completely ignored whenever he tried to talk to him. So
I mean, that's just Graham. Did you consider strength in numbers?
That is true. It's 4 against 1 or 2.
1.5.
I'm all for
Well-
going after them to try to stop them.
all right, then let's do that.
Tato, by the way, do you want to be? Do you want to join it at any point here, or do you want to wait until? Like, when are you planning on coming in, Tato? Out of curiosity, do you have any plan for when you're gonna come in, or should I be DMing you about this?
I
Tato?
think Tato has imploded.
Why is there Mario 2 music in the background?
Well, clearly this is Mario 2.
Hmm.
Get taking those shrooms, boy. Anywho, moving along. So Graham and Elman and Zaire? Question mark. You're all going after Riskfor?
Yes, we are.
All right, Craig and Riskfor. Before you get too far down the street, the rest of the party comes chasing after the two of you. Craig, you're still being dragged along.
Am I getting magic hands?
Yeah, we're gonna go get you magic hands. We're gonna get me more magic hands. And we're gonna have a whole lot of fun.
I get brave hands again.
Risford, we got stuff to do.
I know
this
we
wait?
do.
The
We
college
gotta.
isn't going anywhere.
After the freak snowstorm last night.
We're coming back here.
As Graham says this, you can see at the distance the college is growing legs. I'm kidding. The college is not, in fact, growing legs. That was a brief hallucination the party had. Probably something to do with the Super Mario mushrooms.
I mean, to be fair, it is a college of magic. I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happened sometime.
We gotta go get started.
We got other things to do. You can do this when we come back. We're coming back.
We're gonna be
Craig is
gone for
torn
like
between
2
gold
weeks.
and brave hands.
This will take a few moments, and that will take 2 weeks.
What is it exactly that you're trying to accomplish here?
We're teaching Crag magic.
You expect that you
Crag
expect
just
that
grins.
you expect that to take a moment?
At least to get started. I just need some learning material.
We already got started yesterday before I blew myself up.
You also do have 2 books on magic.
They're not enough. Those are more advanced courses. We need beginner courses. You know, magic for babies.
Okay, then how about this? We just got a library to get a single book for you and Craig, and that's it. And then we leave. Does that sound good?
What's that? I can't hear you. He's still walking and dragging Craig along.
Also, how big are you? Because Crag is like heavy. Otter powers.
Well, if we go by the picture in the background, you guys are about the same size.
Crag is like 7 foot.
Tato, are you still here?
Crag hasn't been objecting, so, you know, I kind of automatically succeed.
I'm back.
Oh, hey, there you are.
Welcome back.
Tato, are you going to be inserting yourself
Besides,
soon or
I push or drag up to 450 pounds. So, you know.
Fair. He's fairly lean, and I think the average 6-foot man is like 200 something.
You know, how about we just give them a time limit? They got 2 hours, and then we leave.
it also takes about an hour just to get there.
Okay, they get 3 hours, and then we leave.
You guys go prepare. We will be at the library. Make sure you get plenty of rations and stuff.
I mean, I can just find us food.
I mean, we're in a town. You can just go to the store.
You guys go to the store. We're going to the library. You can meet us there.
Element is going to rub his forehead.
Elman, your forehead has been rubbed.
And suddenly he decides that he is going to follow them again. He's going with them just to make sure that they abide by the time limit.
All right. You go to follow them to make sure they abide by the time limit with no way to keep track of time yourself. Nonetheless, the three of you venture off going to the college while Graham, Zaire, and the rest of the party prepare themselves and probably have a nice breakfast.
I hope someone feeds the bear.
One would hope, but it seems as though Kai is kind of naturally following behind Craig, Risforn, and the rest.
I'll
Yes.
feed the bear.
So, Tato, are you planning on coming in here at the beginning, or do you want to come in later down the line?
Later down the line.
Okay, good.
You're gonna
So-
like this.
So, okay. Oh, am I though? Anywho,
Are you feeling okay, Gokin? You've been coughing a lot.
yeah, I'm fine. Craig, Risforn, and Elman, you all make it to the college after an hour. You see once again, Risforn, the same Dragonborn skinny guy that's been working there, that's been doing everything. He seems delighted to see you again.
Craig says, "Can I learn Brave Hands again? I cast it yesterday."
The librarian blinks at you a few times and goes, "What?"
Brave Hands. I touch people and it makes them brave.
We want to teach him magic. We're looking for a wizard that can get us started.
The librarian sets his book down, folds his hands together with like his two index fingers pointing up, and like holds them in front of his lips as he gives you a kind of concerned look. Are you sure that's a good idea?
It's absolutely not.
Oh, it's definitely a great idea. Also, butt out, stranger.
I'm not actually in it. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea to teach the Knoll magic.
Just gives a concerned look and then gives a soft sigh. Well, we do have books on some of the beginner things. Otherwise, if you want to give him an actual class, you'd have to speak with one of the professors here about signing him up for a whole lecture, and that alone has its own monetary costs and whatnot.
We were more looking for like a self-study situation.
So a tutor?
Well, I'll probably tutor him, but I would like to explore this world as well.
So you just want a book, or?
Craig
Yeah,
leans
a
over
few
to
books.
Risform. What's a tutor?
We'll get to that in a bit. We're short on time, so I'll explain later.
Intense look of concern from the Dragonborn. All right, well, if you are on a schedule then, he points you off to there's a whole shelf on Magic 101 and the basics of magic and channeling. There's even some bits in there about writing and runes and all that kind of stuff. A whole bunch of basics. How to keep a spell book, etc., etc.
How many?
Basically
Craig-
every... What?
Craig looks glassy-eyed at all the words that he cannot read.
Don't worry, we'll teach that. How much for all of them?
Oh, for all the books? Let's see here. He kind of like flips through them all, glancing at them all. See, if you want all of them, he starts like grabbing them, flop, grabbing some, flop. I assume you don't want additional copies, right?
Of course.
Okay. He starts taking out the additional copies and starts putting them back on the shelf so that, the library has a copy. This would be about 8 gold, though, if you do want to donate an additional 2, that can be another punch on your card.
Absolutely.
All right, so 10 gold then, and I'll give you another punch on your card.
Hey, we'll happily hand over the card. Where the hell did I put my card?
The card gets
Craig picks up a book and stares at it, trying desperately to spontaneously understand.
How much gold does Risborn have? Didn't he already spend a lot of gold on the book last time?
He spent about 30 gold on books at this point.
He's still got another 61.
He does. Actually, 32 because the last 2 times he paid an additional gold.
Oh wow.
So yeah, he's been and you basically get just go ahead and put into your inventory 8 pounds worth of Magic 101 books.
8 pounds isn't that much.
For books, it kind of is.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I had a book in college that was like 2 pounds.
Oh, right. We're gonna need 2 spell books.
Right. Let me actually look up how much spell books themselves are.
If only you were Warlock.
Spell.
I mean, I'm a sorcerer.
Who knows what Craig is? He's not even a good ranger.
Actually, I'm better
Neither
on
is
second
Tatum.
thought. I think just 1 spell book would be enough.
All right. Do you want a normal spell book, or we actually do have a rather nice rare spell book in here? It's been given. I believe it's called the Enchantment of Enduring. It's 100 gold pieces, but this can't be damaged, at least by fire or immersion in water. It also doesn't age.
I got 60 gold left. Craig, you have gold?
A normal spell book, by the way, is only 50 gold.
I only have 50 gold.
Perfect. We can get it together.
Craig frowns, but my gold.
But brave hands.
Craig looks like he's thinking intently.
Even more.
The librarian kind of leans in because he clearly wants the sale to happen. I hear that there is magic that eventually gives you gold. Eventually.
Craig smiles and hands 40 gold to Risborn.
Enemy is gonna interject for a moment. Are you guys sure about this?
Already paid.
Yep. Respawn's down to 1 GP, and Craig, what are you up to?
I'm at 10 now.
Okay. I'm trying to pull up your. There it is.
Hang on. Does this mean I get 10 punches on my punch card?
You know what? I will go ahead and make an exception. Sure thing. And he just takes your punch card, punches it all out, and then tosses it over his shoulder. Go pick out a book.
Oh, okay.
I'm also adding to your inventory one enduring spellbook.
To be fair, a semi-indestructible spellbook is probably good if you're teaching Null's magic.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Richmond is looking for his free book. Enemy is actually going to talk with the librarian for a moment.
All right.
Thought you went shopping.
No, he followed you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I went.
He goes up to Elman. I'm gonna learn Brave Hand. I will make you brave, my friend.
Enemy kind of chuckles at that. Oh, that's not that's nice of you. That's nice of you, friend.
And just to clarify, this isn't it's not an indestructible spellbook. It just cannot burn, won't get water damage, and does not age.
Any assistance is good for a Null.
So theoretically, you can rip it apart.
You can, yes. But otherwise, like any sort of natural elements that you might be exposed to, or honestly, natural elements that you might be exposed to when doing spells and practicing spells, none of them should hurt the book. But anywho, I don't know why I slapped the back of my head, but I did. Wristworn, are you picking out a book? Let's get things moving.
Yes, magic.
Well, Richmond is picking out his books. Enemy just wants to ask something at the librarian.
All right, what are you asking, librarian?
Enemy looks kind of nervous when asking this, but he asks nervously, do you guys have any books about dragons in this library?
Oh, yes, absolutely. We have plenty of books on them. There's one in the bestiary over there. There's a whole book about dragons in and of themselves.
Wristform's gonna Harry, I'll take that.
Wait, what?
I'll take the bestiary.
Okay, well, it's right over there, and he goes and fetches you the bestiary and then hands it to you. And it is is the bestiary of Miraleth, first edition.
Perfect. I think that will be helpful. Hang on, we're in 5th edition.
Well, this is the first edition of the bestiary of Miraleth.
Yeah, to be fair, this is a library. They're bound to have old books.
Ugh. Some people's kids, I tell you all.
Anywho, that book's gonna be £3 on its own, by the way.
Okay.
It's a big boy. Whereas all of the learning books were much shorter and lighter. Of course, they're not college graduate level. So, anywho. You now have your book. Everything's all set. You have your teaching material. You have your book. Is there anything anyone else needs? Also, Graham, when talking to a nearby guard, the guard does not know if there's an actual reward, but he says, well, I'd assume so. It is a crown, after all. Very valuable thing it is.
Graham is disappointed that these guards know nothing. Ever.
What do you expect?
I mean, it's one thing if they don't know certain things, but it's another thing completely if like they're unaware of things like bounties and
These guys are
things like that
peons.
would be out.
These guys get like a minimum wage. They're peons.
do they get minimum wage, or do they just think they get minimum wage?
They've been convinced they get minimum wage.
Poor guards.
Anywho, is everyone all set to start moving along to Farah so I can actually pull out the maps that I've made for today? Well, I didn't make the maps, but I set them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
All right, so
Hold on.
God damn it.
Crag looks concerned.
Risforn wants a chai tea for the road.
the cafe's not quite open yet.
Then we're waiting for the cafe to open.
That's unfortunately going to take longer than
Crag
than you have
starts
time for.
dragging Risforn.
Let me join in with Crag.
But, can I at least get a pumpkin spice latte?
None shall
I need it!
Though my battle cry may give me away.
Oh, we've got an influence here. Oh dear.
Oh no.
Oh, that works.
Turlix!
That works
What
very
did you do,
well.
Turlix? What did you do? What did he do, Zim? Alright. Jump to present. Give wrist for oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, so as you are like, you know, kind of dragging Risforn out, the librarian does seem rather sympathetic for the man who has rather funded a good amount of the library now, having paid over 100 gold to the library at this point. He goes, "How about this?" And then he quickly goes to where the cafe area is. Comes up from behind it. He's rolling a barrel and some rope. And then he moves over to Kai to strap a barrel of chai tea to the back of Kai.
Oh, that's awesome.
Looks suspicious, but Crag gives her a look and cheeks up.
And then he's kind of rubbing his chin and just said, "What luck."
Plenty of tea for the road.
Crag
Oh,
smiles. Thank
definitely.
you.
I will enjoy drinking and reading.
All right, you go enjoy.
I suppose it is good to be a good patron.
Safe travels, and I also highly suggest practicing your magic somewhere nowhere close to civilization. All right, thank you. Bye.
Remind me, who got the barrel?
Should I put
It's
an
technically on Kai, but it's owned by Wristforn, technically?
Should I put it in her inventory?
Yeah, do that. Let's see. Here's a good look to the court pot. How much is... Actually, hold on. There should be like a barrel in the inventory system, shouldn't there? I can tell you how much that weighs. Items. Barrel. Uh, 70 pounds. So I could actually go ahead and add that to her right now. You added the certified bear collar.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That is cute. Anywho, are we ready to actually move on now?
Yes.
Please, for the love of all that is good.
The party would proceed on their way up to the city of Farah, taking the the fastest. Well, I'm not the fastest means possible. You're all traveling by foot, and you occasionally do see a cart pass you by, and sometimes when you're near the river, a few boats going actually up and downstream. The ones going upstream tend to use a lot of rowers in it, but there definitely seem to have been some faster ways to go about doing this that become rather apparent the longer you're on the road. And
You say, speaking to the party who with no money to spend.
I mean, you had money until very recently.
I mean, Zaire has like 150 gold pieces.
Yeah, Zaire's not really bought anything. Zaire's content with just not doing anything.
What do druids even need from stores?
Druid stuff.
All of the
TM.
druid stuff comes from the forest.
Yeah.
But like sometimes you're in a city and cities don't have forests, so you gotta buy the druid stuff at the store.
I call
Anywho.
hacks.
Anywho, as you guys are making your way out, you'll have to make camp for 2 or 3 nights. Eventually, you will get back to Ventonland, I assume, for you to kind of take a rest there, to actually sleep inside a place, and also to have a place that has proper bath and shower for your morning that day before proceeding on, I assume.
During our travels, Risforn is constantly bombarding Crag with knowledge.
Craig, give me some intelligence checks. Give me 7, 1 for each day. Oof.
Holy crap.
Oh my god.
I did okay the first day.
It started
then
so
I think
well.
I forgot it all.
Alright, so
you got worse and worse. Oh my god.
Crag was basically able to get that magic as a thing that exists. He gets that magic comes from things like mana and power within, and sometimes needs to be talked. Like he gets the very basics of magic, but when trying to apply it himself, or trying to actually practice it, or really do anything, he just continuously failed day after day, and it was very disheartening. On the day before last, he was actually able to cast like a simple cantrip, and then the very next day he tried to do that again and ended up burning his hands. And Craig, you do not want to do that cantrip again, because that's a bad cantrip.
Evil cantrip.
The cantrip was supposed to make light, instead it made fire and burn.
Bad fire.
So cantrips that make light are bad. Anywho, as you guys do, eventually get to Farah, you slowly make your way up to the front gate. And for this session, I've decided to add in a little something to actually help the party. There are now tokens indicating things of interest that you may want to interact with. Because I realized I set up a whole bunch of like little things that the party could interact with in previous crowds, and you promptly interacted with none of them. So I'm now going to give you markers in case you want to actually do some of the side stuff.
Generally,
Sorry, go ahead.
Generally, as a DM, it's your job to paint the picture and emphasize things that you actually do want us to check out.
Well, yes,
we don't know what's in your head.
In a busy day and in a crowd, unless you're specifically looking for things, like you guys did scan the crowd and you saw some of the kobolds going around. There were some things you got there. You did catch a lot of things that did happen. But there were some things that were missed that was kind of hoping you would find.
What's the PC's motivation then? Because, the kobolds going around, okay, they're minding their own business.
Yeah.
I mean, you
there's
can take your own motivation from all of these. I'm simply going to say there's something here. You can look at it. If you find any motivation to interact with it, feel free. Sometimes the whole little marker thing is just something is there.
Cool.
It's not necessarily saying this is a mini quest. It's not necessarily saying this is something of vital importance to the main storyline. It's basically saying something's there, and you can take note of it.
You see, we're from the video game era, and we need
Yes.
those markers to
Yeah,
tell us. We need that handheld for us,
Well,
because
it would
we're
also
playing
probably
RPG.
help if our DM wasn't super vague about everything.
It
Oh, you're getting roasted. Welcome to the roast of Gold King, everyone.
Listen, I'm
Comedy Central presents.
Listen, I never claimed to be a good DM. I simply am one.
Yeah.
I think
Anywho.
they're good.
Good DMs are like unicorn. Very
You know
rare.
What you gonna find?
No. Extremely rare and surrounded by virgins.
What?
Surrounded by what?
I said, good DMs are like unicorns, extremely rare and surrounded by virgins.
Oh.
Yeah. This is true. I'm looking at
yeah.
all of you.
So far, things. Say the
Yep.
things. Describe things.
All right. So as you make your way up the path to Farah, you come to the general city walls, where you are going to take note of quite a few things right off the bat. First thing, Greaves is here out front speaking with a pair of kobolds. They seem to be going back and forth, conversing about something casually. Also, on top of Greaves's magical cart, there is just a skull that's continuously on fire. Besides that, at the front gate, there does seem to be a individual of some sort of noble descent there, scrawling away at a piece of paper, while two guards are standing next to him. Though one of the two guards standing next to him is speaking with a bull person, a minotaur, if you will. But I feel like, given our kind of theme of things, I feel like it's more just a general bull man. And he seems to be, gosh dang it, I literally just ruined the aspect ratio of the image. I think it's good. Yeah, it's good. He seems to be rather worried about something in their little conversation. One of the guards seems to be looking to the party, getting ready to greet them, it seems like, as well. He seems rather eager to see some new faces about, and maybe just generally to have someone to talk to. But it seems at the moment the gate is locked closed, requiring the party to make some form of interaction to get inside. Otherwise, it's a generally nice day. It doesn't look like this area of the country got hit by the snowstorm. It's just a generally grassy and somewhat rocky forested area leading up to the front gate, which I will now share with everyone right now. Let's do this.
So this burning skull thing.
Sounds like Asmodeus, if you ask me.
Is the burning skull magic?
Absolutely. And here, let me go ahead and share things with everyone. You guys are all to the right, coming up the path. Save for Tato, who is going to insert himself eventually, I'm sure.
Yes, I am.
I mean, I'm sure you're going to do it like right at the very end.
No.
Okay.
I have a plan.
If he does that, we're gonna have to force him to come back another week.
We will. We actually will. Do you hear us, Tato?
I heard you.
Okay. You're not dipping out this easy. Anyways, you start coming up. You see all of this scene going on, and there's stuff going on behind the walls too. But you can't see that yet, so don't mind it. How do you guys approach front walls of the city of Farah? Notably, I should point out, the guards here do seem to be, at least at the moment, the same guards that you saw back in the City of Fortitude.
Rizforn's going to go accept the quest.
Graham just stares at the fact that the guards are the same as they were in Fortitude.
Crag readies his bear permit.
Craig, very good. Rizforn, as you walk up to Greaves and these two kobolds speaking, one of the kobolds you take note of has a rather big bundle of gadgets and doodads on his back, and he seems to be speaking to Greaves, as I previously mentioned. As you walk up, you hear him saying, "So we can cut a deal then, maybe 20%?" And then Greaves gives him a sort of look. 20? Is it a good number for you? And the two seem to be speaking about business, of course. As you walk up, they both kind of just casually look over to you. "Oh, hey there! Good to see you again, Respawn," says Greaves. The kobold just kind of shiftily glances you up and down and squints at you for a moment.
Hi, so I see that there's a exclamation point above your head. I'd like to know what's going on there.
Why would you say that out loud?
There is no exclamation point there from what you can see.
Oh, okay. Well, then he'll move
Have his
on to
character
this
say it
one.
anyway. Have his character say it anyway. Just make it the situation weird. Zim needs to learn from this.
I mean, I'm doing it on purpose.
Is he learning, or are we just rewarding him?
Damn. You're right.
Graham's just gonna be like, if I wasn't saving up for better armor, I'd probably have converted some of my gold into gems to buy stuff from you.
All right, so you don't have gems then?
I don't.
Well, I've don't
got
trade in gems. These gentlemen here might trade in gold. I don't. I still do gems.
Yes, I'm aware. I'm saying I'm saving my gold to buy armor, and then after that, then I might be able to get some gems for you. But until then, I need my gold.
And then the kind of skull on the top of the cart speaks up. "No gems, no sale."
Kai is sort of standing up and sniffing the skull and pushing on the cart.
"Well, easy down, girl," says the skull.
Kai makes bear noises at the skull.
What is this? What is that thing?
That thing has ears, and my name is Tim, thank you.
Tim?
You
Yes, Tim
sound
the
like an
magician.
enchanter.
Magician, but yes.
Can Tim smell the bear breath?
Tim does not actually have a nose, so no, he cannot.
So why are you a flaming skull?
That's a long story, and it involves a miraculously failed spell.
Huh.
But my friend Greaves here, he was able to, well, do this.
I failed a light spell once, and I made fire hand.
Well, consider yourself lucky. You could end up like me one day.
Crag frowns. Maybe I don't want to learn brave hand.
No, you'll be fine. Trust me.
but I made fire hands.
You will
He's
die.
a unique situation.
Craig just
Oh.
frowns. Kai continues to make bear noises at the skull.
He's a
It was
situation.
nice seeing you, Greaves.
Yes, could you please take your bear away from my cart before it accidentally does something that could kill her?
Graham will come over here.
Craig calls Kai and she reluctantly comes over.
Anywho, you were talking about magical gadgets. He says over to the kobold again, and the kobold just nods a few times. It seems as though they are making some form of deal to make enchant various tools and devices that the kobold seems to sell. Anywho, is anyone else doing anything?
Graham comes over here to the guard and Minotaur since he has nothing to do with. Since he gave the obligatory hello to Greaves.
Right. As you kind of move over to there, the gentleman at the front gate who's holding the parchment paper starts to wave you over. Over here, please. Over here.
Is that the nobleman?
Yeah, the kind of guy over here in the center.
And,
The
and
human.
the guard and the bull man seemed they seem to have some kind of do they, you said they looked like they were having some kind of discussion about something that was worrying them?
The bullman was worried, but the guard is like trying to calm him down. It's like, it's all fine, sir. We're on it. And the bullman's like, no, it's not fine.
Graham will talk to the bull man, completely ignoring the noble. So, hey, what's wrong? What's going on here?
The bullman glances over to Graham. There seems to be an issue at the docks. There's been some sort of sea creatures coming out of the sea, and it's been causing a problem at the lower docks of the city.
Huh, do you have a boat or something?
I mean, lots of people have boats down there.
But why do you look worried about this?
Well, they're just generally, walking up from the docks. People live down there. It's not like it's exactly safe for everyone.
Does anyone know anything about them? Like why they're coming out? What they're doing when they're out?
Not that I've heard. It's mainly been an issue as of recent. I haven't asked anyone about them. I don't care about them. They're trying to pull people back into the sea. That's all I know.
Graham gives the bull man a look of, I don't get why you're the one who looks worried and upset over this that you have nothing to do with them. Kind of look.
He lives here. Okay, Graham, I don't get what you're confused.
He was talking like he didn't live here, and he was just like visiting and just heard this, and was just very, very upset about it.
No, he lives here. He's
Okay.
sought out a guard about this.
Well, why would he be out talking to a guard at the entrance of the city if he lives here?
You know what, man? Don't tell this guy how to live his life. He'll go to whichever guard he feels most comfortable with. If that guard happens to be out front, he'll go out front.
All right. Graham will be like, maybe if we have time, we can maybe take care of that. Graham will look back to the noble. Okay, what do you want?
The noble sighs and rolls his eyes. I'm going to need all of you to check in with me. I need to get your reason for visitation, as well as if you have any form of paperwork or identification. I need to take note of you for the census. Also, I need all of you to agree to a search.
Graham just gives him a blank, slightly threatening stare.
Craig hands him his bear permit, very excited to have. He still doesn't understand it.
The noble seems actually somewhat gracious to you for this, and he takes note of it, and then hands it back.
So why exactly are you... Do you feel you have the right to search us?
The nobleman looks back to Graham. He looks dead inside. It's been ordered to me by the king as one of his noble decrees. Everyone's to be searched, going inside or outside of any cities in search of lost items by the crown.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually why we're here.
You're here to, what, retrieve the crown?
Look for it. Yes.
Very well. I'll take note of that. Here for business in search or investigation of crown. Do you all have documents?
Yes, we do.
All right. He starts going through everyone and eventually takes all of your identification, takes note of it. Oh, you're all working for the king. Excellent.
Graham does his best to make him wait and to annoy him.
The man just seems generally tired. Like he's a noble, clearly, but like at the same time, he doesn't want to be here. It's almost like he's not even a noble by choice. And then he just kind of moves aside, and the gate opens up. Little side note: question marks are a different area you can go to, except for one.
Those are map transitions.
Yes, map transitions. I gave you map transitions, so you know where you can go.
You must gather
upon
a body
entering
before
the gate,
venturing forth.
What does Graham take note of anything particular outside of all the serpent men apparently here?
Right, as you all pass by the guard who was looking rather eager to greet you, but then you all just, kind of move past with absolutely no... Why did you move this?
Oh, the guy in the top, is that the guy we saw who we helped out before? Because I'm pretty sure that's him. But I don't know because you've reused tokens.
Yeah, I kind of need to because I have a limited stash.
That's why I'm asking if
It's not like I have like special art or anything to give to identify characters or anything like that. It's not like I have special access to artists or anything. I'm gonna go ahead and just delete Sidier for now. Bye, Sidier. You are deleted from the world. But yes, as you all pass by the guard, who seemed rather eager to greet you all, but as you all just kind of walk past him and ignore him, he seems somewhat sad. The Minotaur.
Did he say anything as we were walking past?
I mean, he kind of raised up his hand as though he was going to speak to you guys, but then you all just kind of walked past.
Oh well, if he did that, then Graham would stop and be like, "Yes."
Right. Well, then let's move you back there. He's like, right, well, it's nice to see some new faces around here. Are you all coming in as part of that little initial migration looking for Moriarty?
No.
Really? Oh, okay. I thought you would be. He generally tends to have a sort of strange kind of almost literal cult following anywhere he goes, and he just came in here the other day with another fella.
I mean, we know Moriarty.
But you're not in his little
we're
cult
definitely
thing?
not any
not his...
kind of cult followers of his.
Right.
I do like his music, though.
Of course, everyone likes his music. That's why he's got a cult following. Or a cult following him. Or one of the two.
Aren't those called fans? A cult is a little bit different than fans.
Well, cults tend to, wear robes and do strange things and all that sort of stuff.
They're doing strange things in the name of Moriarty.
I don't know if it's in his name. It could just be a different cult, I suppose. Maybe the cult wants him. I don't know. There tends to be like people in hoods and whatnot that follow him around.
That is very strange.
I wasn't sure if you were part of that group or not.
We are not.
I'm expecting them any time now.
So I'm assuming Moriarty is here then.
Yeah, as I just said, he came in yesterday with another fellow, one of those Kenku.
Is he
Do
still in
you
there?
happen to know where he's at?
No. I stand at the guard, front gate. I guard the gate. I don't really see where he went past the gate. He's inside though, somewhere, I'm sure.
All right. Well, thank you. Bye.
Have a good day.
All
Grant
of a
is
sudden,
disappointed that he hasn't even so much as heard anything.
hold on. All of a sudden, in front of everyone, including the gate guard, Tato just seems to blink into existence. He's screaming a little bit. He's like horizontal flying, and he collides into that barrel of chai tea. Show! And I'm going to assume it'll break. I don't know. He's big. He's fat. He's wearing heavy armor.
I'll go ahead and make a roll for it.
Okay.
All right. The barrel actually does creak and crack, but it doesn't break. In fact, it seems to actually hold up rather well.
Oh, that's
all
great.
things considered.
Now, in this, Tato already has only half his HP. You can go ahead and deduct more for colliding into a barrel.
I mean, how fast are you moving?
Remember when Elysian? Actually, you know what? I don't want to tell you right now, but he's moving pretty fast. He's flying. He's at least going 20 feet per second.
20 feet. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's. If it's 20 feet per second, I'll just equate that to a 20-foot fall and give you 2d10 damage.
That
Or
works.
is it 2d6?
I think it's 2d6.
Yeah,
You know
I
what?
think you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, deduct 6 health.
All right. So 14 minus 6.
All right.
Kai whips around, startled, ready to smack whoever just hit her.
Graham will poke the very hefty seal and be like, "Are you alive? Are you in need of assistance?"
Tato's entire snoot is just squished inwards. Ow!
Kai is roaring at him.
Oh God! There's a bear! Oh yeah!
Why are you so surprised to see
Elysian, why did you summon a bear?
You don't have to summon bears. They just exist naturally.
Tato, give me a perception check.
Perception check.
You don't see anything. Also, you don't need to roll in the tower in this game.
Now, when you say I don't see anything, do you mean like I'm right now blinded?
No,
Because of pain, everything's blurry.
Things
I'm
probably
seeing
are blurry
stars.
because you are in pain, but you don't see anything of importance that would clue you in to anything. So you're good.
Oh my God! What? Hi.
Craig tells Kai to calm down. Kai reluctantly moves back and looks grumpy.
The noble just casually walks over and looks over you, Tato. Sir, I'm gonna need your papers, please.
Are you a servant of Kelemvor? Am I dead?
No.
Graham is gonna look at the noble and be like, "Are you serious?" He blinks into existence, and your first reaction is to ask him for papers.
I can't let anyone in without their papers.
Graham is just gonna be like, I'm sorry, but you honestly just you need to just find a different occupation.
Craig tries to hand the bear permit his
This job
papers.
is killing you from the inside out. Hang on, I want to roll persuasion.
Okay, you're more than welcome to. All right, you instantly succeed. As long as you didn't get a nat 1, you would have succeeded. Yes, I agree with you. I was given this
I
occupation
was
due
trying.
to
I'm
my
trying to convince him
bloodline.
to like literally just quit and leave.
Oh no, he really wants to. You know he wants to. He knows he wants to. This is not news to him.
He looks at the guard and says, "Break your chains, brother."
You can't break blood. Anywho, papers.
Papers, right? Yes. Just need to go into my back. Where is my backpack?
I didn't convince them to leave.
Okay,
of
hold
a
on.
miserable existence.
I'm wearing my
It's
armor.
because he literally needs to be here by law.
Okay, let's see. I have my clothes. I have my armor. A couple of my weapons. I don't have my backpack. My papers were in my backpack. Well,
Craig
guess I'm
tries
living it.
offering his bear permit as paperwork because he still doesn't understand.
Ah.
The noble looks at the bear permit again. You've already submitted that, sir.
Craig frowns. He still doesn't get.
Elemi is going to approach the noble. Would it be okay to make an exception this time, just for the sake of getting this man some medical?
Can you tell me what year this is?
Hang on. Why are we even trying to get this stranger that just popped in out of nowhere in here?
Medical
I'm
help?
not. I'm just questioning these people's logic for, this person blinks into existence and the first thing he does is ask him for papers.
Well, he was trying to
funny.
get through the gate.
And I'm just
If a demon rolls up here, are you gonna ask that for papers too?
Demons
Yes,
are very
yes.
lawful and would accept paperwork.
They would have
devils
paperwork
are
to
lawful.
Yeah,
Chaotic.
Oh, yeah.
Demons are
Devils.
chaotic evil.
whatever. I'm sure Asmodeus would have paperwork.
My name is Tim.
Elemi is just concerned because the man is obviously wounded.
Guys, that what year is it question wasn't rhetorical. I actually want to know what year it is.
Yeah, that is a good question, ain't it?
I don't know.
Craig shrugs.
That's a year.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what year it is either. I actually never thought to keep track of. Hold on. Let me Google D&D real quick.
Either way, there's no way Craig would know. I think that would be an intelligence check for him to know.
All right, D&D Adventures chronology.
Craig does not know what year it is.
I've got an idea. We'll just say it's year 20XX.
It's 2019, man. Get with the times.
No, 20XX.
Nah, man, it's the 90s. It's still the 90s. It never ended.
20XX just translates to 2020.
You clearly are not getting the reference.
I want to be the guy.
All your oh god, I'm so sorry. All your base are belong to us. Undertale.
What is everybody talking about at the moment? I'm so
Everything that uses the term 20XX.
I don't remember, man.
Anyway, I'm actually trying to look up D&D 5e. Timeline.
Okay, seriously, this is way too much time to put into for something that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, moving on. It's this year.
We'll just say, for all intents and purposes, the time period does not match, Tato, what you believe the time period should be.
Okay, by future or past?
Probably past, because Moriarty's lower level.
Yeah, that is true. It would probably be past.
Okay. Oh my god. He blasted me into last year! Are you kidding me? He slapped me into last year!
You must have really pissed someone off if they did that.
Enemy is just blinking and wondering what the hell this guy is talking about.
Wait, hold on. Was this the slap? Oh, by the way,
Oh yeah, Tato has a huge slap mark, like red mark on his face that looks like he got backhanded.
By the way, Tato, when you are checking yourself over for your weapons and everything, you do realize you do notice you have this kind of weird thing with you. It's a big old stick with a straight up like paw on the end of it, and reading across the stick, it says Elysian slapping stick.
Elysian's slapping stick. What?
Yeah. You have a stick with a paw at the end of it. It looks like Elysian's paw. And it says Elysian slapping stick across the stick.
It's like my grandma's stick. God.
Your grandmother, like, cut off someone's hand and mounted it on a stick?
No.
Seems a little culty and evil.
No. I'm sorry, though. Oh my god. Where do I even start? I can't even start.
You can't even?
I really can't. I shouldn't have even asked what time it is.
Well, you could start by giving me your name, reason for entry.
And
Tato
paperwork.
Russet, Misadventure.
Is that business or pleasure?
Oh god. I'm gonna say... Pleasure.
Right.
Graham looks like he's about to Eldritch Blast the Noble, but he's fighting it. He's fighting it real hard.
Craig is becoming increasingly suspicious of the person who just crashed into his bear.
Desire's gonna put a hand on Graham's shoulder and just give him like a worried look and kind of just whisper like, "Don't, it's not worth it."
And are you willing to admit yourself to a full body search, sir?
He just T-poses right then and there and says, go for it.
Right, the guards, of course, move to check him, and then, you know.
Graham realizes that they never checked him, and he's gonna turn himself invisible and walk away.
Oh, no, you, I'm sorry, I skipped over that. You all would have actually been searched. So you were searched.
Okay, so they'll realize he has some magical equipment on him that, if any of them know about Yama Russet from the Great Glacier, they would notice the his longsword, his silvered longsword with the seal on the pommel.
Yeah, they know literally nothing about that.
Okay. I'm glad.
You're in a very different place. By the way, Tato, you would take note that all of the guards around seem to be dogs, and they all seem to look very much the same.
Oh, cool! Another demi-human city.
Crag looks very confused at the demi-human. What is a demi-human? What is a human?
I'm a human, sir, says the sort of the noble.
Crag Looks like he just noticed that the noble's human and looks very confused.
You kind of look like a bitch from where I'm standing.
Oh, don't say that. Take that back, because Tato was gonna say something snappy back anyway. Tato is like, "Oh, where's your humanity then?" Nah, I'm just messing with you. I'll buy you a drink later. Where's my money? Oh, great, that was in the backpack too. God. Today's not my day.
Well, anyways, bye, strange creature.
Wait.
Oh, actually, Graham might actually know what a seal is.
Yeah, he might know what a king seal is.
No, that's a good idea. You have a good life. Let's go check this out.
Okay, bye.
Gonna reach up for the exclamation point.
What exclamation point? As you get close.
This one next to me.
That one's over there. You gotta go over there for that one.
No, he's gonna reach for that one.
Oh well, that one's over there. You gotta go over there for that one.
Oh.
Alright, this person at this exclamation mark, is that one of the people that we saw?
Saw where doing what?
That we helped escape.
No, you helped specifically a tabaxi and a kenku escape.
Alright.
But this individual seems to be going through some scrolls, kind of like sat with their legs folded in the corner, just kind of looking over things, seeming a bit confused, muttering to himself that something just doesn't seem to properly add up. Meanwhile, in the middle, sort of the center aisle, as you're walking in, there's actually a lizard fella who just seems to be wearing just some cargo briefs, or not cargo, but I don't know how to properly sackcloth pants, and he's holding up a few looks like scrolls from what you can tell from the way he's holding them up. He's calling out, "Maps! Get your maps here! Don't get lost in our fair city without your good map. 1 silver piece."
Oh man, I need a job.
Graham will pay a silver piece for the map.
All right, Graham, you have a map. Do you want to share it with the rest of the party too? I assume.
If he needs to, when it comes up, he'll look for the tavern that the people said that they were going to meet us at, and see if it's an actual place. I think it was the Niffin Knife or something like that.
Something like that. Or maybe, I don't think that was actually the place you're meeting them. I think that was their names, Kniff and Knife.
No, I'm positive that was the inn that they told us to meet them at.
I remember that too.
Okay, well then, man, I'm off my rocker today. You are free to search around for the inn. Risthorn, are you still approaching the fog?
I'm looking at the map to see if it's on the map.
Oh, no, the map is just a general layout of the city. I actually have an image ready, but, I'm waiting for you to share it with the rest of the party, because when I share it, it's going to inevitably go to the rest of the party.
Well, since there's no more exclamation point, he's going to go this way.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm having a bit of an issue trying to get my picture onto Fantasy Ground.
You click your you double click on the icon, and then it'll pop up and ask you to open the folder, or it'll pop up and then there's a folder button.
Yeah, I'm on that, and I'll go down, I'll scroll down, I'll pick the picture I want, and it's just showing me another It's not actually selecting it for me.
I have no idea then. Release the character to me, I'll add it.
Yep, I was gonna. Yeah.
Okay. I'll just send you my cropped image then.
I should have it.
Also, Element, why do you have an extra thing? Let me delete that for you.
Release the character!
What extra thing do I have?
Here, I got it. There you go.
Sorry.
That wasn't your fault.
I took care of it, Element.
Okay.
Ristforn. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and let everyone else do stuff, since you just continuously run around doing things before anyone else has a reaction. Element, Zyre, Craig, are you guys doing anything? Or are you just kind of standing in the gate?
Okay, release it back to him.
Alright.
And if you could put a token down for me, that would be great.
I absolutely will not. I like how all the sounds you make sounds like you're sealed too.
Do you think so, really?
So you're like,
Sad. You're making him sad.
anywho, let me slap you down. Slap you the pappy. There you are.
My head hurts a lot.
That's what happens when you consume alcohol or just are generally in my presence.
Good one.
Anywho, Ristforn, as you kind of go down the back alley. Oh wait, no, that's right. I was going to everyone else because everyone else hasn't really done anything yet. Craig, what are you doing? You've rolled perception. What are you perceiving?
I'm looking for any people who look like they need someone to work. I'm looking for easy gold. Or someone who would be easy to con.
You see the frog over in the corner, kind of suspiciously eyeing the party. You see the sort of group of snake folk here who are kind of talking amongst themselves. They almost seem like foreigners here. They really feel like they stand out amidst the crowd.
Craig starts heading over towards the frog.
Okay. As you get closer, the frog seems very familiar. As he kind of gives you a side-eye glance and just goes, Hmm.
Craig smiles. Can I assist you?
He just continues to squint at you. I think I know you.
I doubt it. I'm new in town.
Yes, but you're not new in Fortitude, are you?
I think I was in Fortitude.
Yes. Yes, you were.
You need something?
Oh, no, I don't need anything from you.
Craig squints his eyes and starts backing away.
The frog continues to glare at him suspiciously.
This is a glaring contest.
Craig, go ahead and give me a, I'll go ahead and say a wisdom roll from memory. Craig, you recognize this frog as the same frog that was side-eyeing you when you made the deal to help the two thieves smuggle their way out of the city.
Kai comes behind Craig and helps him with the glaring contest.
Craig, as a thief, you recognize this frog as a loose end.
Craig leans over to Zyre, who's probably more willing to hear his view. That frog knows too much.
Wait a moment, is that Greaves?
Yeah, that's Greaves. Greaves is currently speaking with a few kobolds right now. They seem to be discussing creating some tools and various tinker toy things to enchant and to sell to increase his profits. Greaves also has a flaming skull on the top of his cart.
That's awesome.
The skull smiles at you. It seems to be intelligent. What are you doing?
And Tato's like, it hasn't been too long, Greaves. Although, I'm not sure if we've even met yet. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing quite good, sir. Can I assist? Do you need something to purchase?
I don't suppose you recognize me?
Zim, this is more of a you question, I think.
Greaves always recognizes everybody.
Yes, Tato, of course I know.
He exists outside of time itself.
Gotcha. He's of course very magical. Yes, of course, we've met many times, Tato.
I need a job.
A job, right? Well, perhaps you could assist me in creating a deal with these individuals here. We need to settle on something so that we're both happy with the amount that we're getting out of this deal. I say 50-50. Kobold doesn't seem to quite agree with that.
I would need you to elaborate. But before you do that, I'm going to let the other party members do that.
Right. So as such, Craig has now informed Zyre that the frog knows too much. Graham has purchased a map.
Sorry, you got cut out.
Pardon?
I said that you got cut out for a moment. What did you said?
Oh, what was the last thing I said before I cut out?
Craig. You said Craig.
Yeah. Craig leaned over to Zyre to inform them that the frog knows too much.
Should I stealth that to keep the paladin from hearing?
If you want to keep the paladin from hearing, yes.
I think he might have a problem with cleaning up loose ends.
He very well might. He very well may have a general issue with committing crimes in general.
Steal Snowy, then send Cram to do it.
Okay, so Element, you can go ahead and roll perception if you try to even listen in to Craig whispering to Desire.
You said perception, right?
Yes, if you listen in. If you're eavesdropping. Or at least attempting to.
Sorry, again, you got cut.
Foxes are always eavesdropping.
If you're eavesdropping, roll perception.
You said if I was eavesdropping.
Yes.
Nah, I wouldn't do that.
Alright, then he's 17, I'm pretty sure, passes your base perception, so you just notice the two of them whispering, but you don't know what they say. Meanwhile, Ristforn, you are walking down a sort of dark back alley, and you come up to this rat who's kind of sitting around a whole bunch of crates and whatnot, sitting here with two rather burly-looking gentlemen and a bit of a dog that looks actually frickin' deranged. Like, there's something wrong with its jaws, and its teeth are just a little too sharp. This thing looks a bit like an abomination, but it's a dog. You can't say too many bad things about dogs. That's illegal. Anywho, the rat gives you, a shifty glare. It's like, what do you want?
Okay, Gold King. You can't do this to us.
Can't do what to you?
You want us to explore these exclamation point things.
Yes.
I have no idea what I want over here.
Then why did you go over to it?
Because you kept insisting that we do so.
I thought it's because the Wristform can see through the fourth wall with his weird eye.
I'm saying that there's simply something there to see. There's
Okay.
something there of importance.
You made
Yeah,
a
you
big
can-
point
you-
of how we missed a lot that you wanted us to see, so you were highlighting it and wanted us to go investigate.
Yes. And I will
So I
state
walk over
this-
here and you're like, what do you want? And I have no idea what answer to give you.
You're not going to ask any questions about what they're doing over there or anything like that? You're just
Why would
casually
Wristform
walking...
care?
Oh,
Okay,
that's a
then
good question. You're the guy that
okay.
walked over there.
then
I'm
Wristform doesn't
trying
care.
to do what you want. This isn't
I'm
on
giving
me,
you
this is on
exclamation points
you.
I'm giving you exclamation points to say that there's something there, but you need to have a reason to still go up to it.
Then I wouldn't. I wouldn't
Okay.
care about that. I wouldn't care about the frog.
Wristform might be interested in those in the guy with the scrolls though. That's right next to Graham.
Yes.
Maps, he
You're more
doesn't
than
care.
welcome. You're more than welcome to ignore the
No,
exclamation
not the maps.
points.
The guy above him has like actual scrolls.
Yeah, like he was in a meditative stance, just kind of looking at scrolls and
Wristform's
then
also
he
out
kinda
of
he's not
money.
meditative.
He kind of
Snowy's
looked confused.
next to is the one that had the actual scrolls. The one that Graham is next to is the one that had the maps.
Yes.
Wristform is also out of money.
You have 1 gold.
He's out of money.
You have party members. You have party members.
Wristform's gonna look for a bounty board. Something local.
Right. This city doesn't seem to have one.
Dun dun dun.
At least not in this area. Graham, as you're kind of continuing forward towards these 2 sets of individuals, you can see a cluster of Dragonborns discussing something between each other. Kind of more or less privately, as they do have their voices lowered. Meanwhile, to your right, you see the bear gentleman arguing with the bird folk, who, for all I'm aware, could likewise be just another Kenku, but a more noble-looking one. And they seem to be arguing about some sort of issue with a shipment of wine.
Graham will have Snowy turn invisible and send him in to listen in on the conversation with the Dragonborns, because he's kind of curious what a bunch of dragons have to converse about. Even if they're only half dragon.
Right, so... Sorry, Zim's messaging me real quick. As you move up to the... as Snowy moves up between the various Dragonborns, Snowy is able to hear that they're talking about a form of initiation, and that if the sort of red Dragonborn in there wants to join their guild, he needs to be able to kill some sort of creature of, showing as sort of a passage of right. It needs to be something grand, something that would be, worth hanging on a wall, so to speak, to show his strength and might. Though he seems to be having an issue that he doesn't know where any sort of creature of that stature would be. Though they seem unsympathetic and they're simply telling him to figure it out. So he seems to be generally at a loss and lightly disheartened.
Graham will kind of just wait about here for the rest of the party. Also about the location of the tavern that he asked about, the person selling the maps.
Oh, you would Graham would ask about the person on the map about the tavern.
Yeah.
The tavern seems to be just a few blocks downtown. If you just follow that road straight and then take about the third left, you should get there. So, it'll be when the party transitions areas, which is where the basic main quest is at the moment. Otherwise, there's a frog that needs to be taken care of. As far as loose ends go, there's an individual who's worried about the ducks. There's various things going on around. Craig and Zaire, it looks like you are both approaching the frog with malintent.
Does any of the party notice us? Or
I
care?
mean, a lot of the party would probably, not see you with them. It's kind of hard to miss a bear.
I mean, all Graham sees is you going down a side road.
Elaming is kind of curious to know what the two of them are doing in there, and he goes up to check.
Craig said, I don't know. My brain just blanked.
Roll intimidation for looking scary.
Right, well, the frog is not even remotely intimidated by you. If anything, he is intimidated by your numbers. He just kind of starts to casually start to walk away. Very, very slowly.
Over the cart.
Yeah, he just starts to step on over the cart. He's going through rough terrain.
He starts to casually climb over this cart backwards.
He just his like flippered little feet go flip, 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 flip.
Craig tells your swarm frog knows too much. Magic him.
The nearby fox just kind of casually glances at the party, like, hi?
This is official
Zaire will
Ministry
hand-
of Magic business. Please see yourself elsewhere. Thank you, sir. Sir, if you do not see yourself elsewhere, I will be forced to take you in.
I'm a mage.
Then why are you not part of the Ministry of Magic?
I've never heard of the Ministry of Magic in my life, sir.
So you are a rogue mage, then?
If all mages in this town are, yes.
Not all. Now, I am busy. I have other things to attend to, so you can either make your way and continue to be free. I would highly recommend you make your way to the to your local chapter of the Ministry of Magic and register yourself as soon as possible. Otherwise, I will be forced to arrest you.
I'm gonna need a persuasion roll on this.
I think that would be more of a bluff than a persuasion.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're right, but I'm assuming it's approximately the same roll either way. So, Graham, you rolled persuasion. What did you roll?
I mean, otters are one of the traits of otters is that they are more likely to be believed. Just for the record.
That's fair.
I have no idea why.
Because they're too adorable.
God damn it.
Hold on.
That bonus, though.
He looks at you, and At first, he doesn't seem to believe you, but then he kind of takes into account how like you're actually holding yourself in a very official manner. He's like, "All right, can you point me to the nearest one then?"
I am not from this city. I do not know the exact location, but I'm sure that you can. It is probably in the main town hall district.
He just gives a soft nod and starts to make his way off. Actually curious about this now. He just
Come on, put
kinda
some
makes his
speed
way.
into it.
He's already gone.
Great. All right, so I bought us about 5 minutes, probably. 5 minutes
What's
to
really
an hour.
funny is no one decided to get the one person who could have turned invisible.
While that was happening, by the way, the frog would have continued to sort of step away. Any of you, Craig, were you doing anything while Risford was talking? Frog was kinda like,
Craig was trying to slow him down
how
without
so?
grabbing him,
How so?
trying to get in his way.
Okay, gotcha. Go ahead and give me a quick athletics check then, to see which one of the two would have made it there first. I'll be rolling for Frogman. Okay, yeah, no, you very quickly kind of like casually step in front of him. He's kind of like about to step off the back end of the cart. He glances around, like beads of sweat forming on his smooth green skin. What do you do?
Are you asking everybody?
I mean, everyone involved with the frog.
Zyra will put his hand on the frog's shoulder and just say, "Now, I think you know by now, friend, that there are 2 ways that this can end, and one of them is very not good for you."
What's the other way?
The other way is you can agree to keep your mouth shut.
All right, sure. I'm not going to say anything. Well, why would I say anything to anyone about anything ever? What I even say?
Craig smiles. You saw nothing.
He just nods a few times.
Craig is satisfied. I don't know if anyone else wants to check with it.
Yeah, Risforn's satisfied.
All right. Zara, you are satisfied as well.
All right.
Now trying to get the bear through the central area. Oh, there seems to be a 2x2 path. This is okay.
Yeah, no, you get plenty of room. It's actually more like a 3 wide or 4 wide most of the time, but more often than not, it's 2 wide, or for back alleys, it's 1 wide. But you shouldn't need to go down back alleyways. You're not, criminals. Not like
You
some.
must gather
Oh,
your
yeah.
party before venturing forth.
All right, so
As far as
Tato.
I'm concerned, they're not criminals.
Yes. Yay.
Tato.
Did the
If we're
paladin
waiting on
see
you
what we
now.
did?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Most likely no. Tato, what are you doing here? What are you?
All right.
The party is waiting on you.
I mean,
I'm here. Hold on. Okay. So. What?
No, you go ahead.
Thank you. So Tato will go to Greaves and he'll say like, "Okay, I've never negotiated a business deal before. What's actually being traded?"
Nothing's really being traded per se. We're mainly exchanging services. See, I'll be enchanting some of his goods, and he'll be making goods for me to sell. so I can sell the enchanted goods, but we don't like I said, I think it should be 50-50. I'm implying the enchantment, he's providing the items, but he thinks that the material for his items aren't as expensive as the materials for my enchantments, which is not the case at all.
All right, give me a gold amount. Exactly how much would it cost to enchant what they're bringing up?
Let's see. Ta-da. Let me go ahead and actually get the cost.
Well, I've never done this before. The one thing I absolutely know is that you need to know your numbers.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Where's freaking... I know this is a spell. Come on. Where are you?
I want to say it's like 300 gold per level, but I'm not sure on that.
Hold on, is there like a section on enchanting in the book?
I
Because I could have sworn
Could
there was
we,
like...
I would rather you just pull some random thing out of your butt and continue on than spend time looking that up. You can
Fair
do
enough.
that between sessions.
Deal. Well, his components cost, the metal and wood and his supposedly fine craftsmanship to put it all together. Whereas mine requires the more, expensive enchantments, as well as my own expertise. His materials generally cost much less, but he feels as though his work effort is worth much more, whereas mine tend to cost, hundreds of gold.
That is true, not to mention the risk it takes enchanting things. All
There's
it
no
takes-
risk involved in it at all.
Of course there is. All it takes is one misword syllable in a spell, and next thing you know, you don't have a sword of flame, you have a sword that tries to flame you.
I've never had that issue before. I've been doing this for many, many years. I've never had an issue. Ever.
Says the demigod.
No.
It's not
You
really
are,
a demigod.
You are one of the most powerful creatures in the world right now. You are comparable to a religious avatar. You're aware of that, right?
Oh, you flatter me. No, I'm just a traveling sales. I'm just trying to do good business here.
Tato will think on this.
50-50 is more than fair.
How long does it take to make a sword, a shield?
The kobold kind of glances up and over to you. It could take up to several days. Depends on the quality you want it, how actually detailed you want it. Do I have a proper forge that I'm working with here? What are the details?
Right, and how long does it take for you to enchant something? I'm not going to actually, equate worth to how much work it takes. Just gives me an idea.
About 5 minutes. Maybe less. Depends.
Well, even though the items that they're giving you don't cost that much, it takes a lot. It's a hard labor job, blacksmithing and woodworking and armor smithing.
Are you telling me that that they deserve more money out of this, even though I'm requiring to pay much, much more just to get the product?
No, the amount of money you spend on this should be respected too. But I don't think the kobolds are going to expect anything less than having a majority portion.
So what are you suggesting? You want me to go with that deal? If I have to go with that deal, I'm going to have to raise my prices.
I said a majority, but how about just a 1% difference then? 49 for you, 51 for them.
The
If you-
kobold just kind of glances over to you and scoffs. No! I want at least 75%.
If he gave you that at 75%, then Greaves might be selling at a deficit.
They wouldn't have the items to begin with if I wasn't providing them.
But without Greaves, the weapons you would be selling would be worth far, far, far less. Because enchantments are worth a lot of money. You know, that's the risk you get into when you go into the enchanted items business. It's high risk, high reward. 51% is so generous right now.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion roll on that.
Okay. I can't actually pull up my character sheet.
What?
Because Gold King hasn't released it back.
Nope, I got it now.
Yeah, no, it should have been released. But, okay.
$10.
Alright. 1 second.
That's all I got.
The kobold kind of just gives off like a small, slow sigh through its nostrils. Alright, fine. I'm still be a profit anyways, I guess. And then he just moves a hand up to shake with Greaves. 51%. And then Greaves gives a nod, seeming happy to take the deal. He shakes his hand. And gives a smile to Tato. Once we've got some things going, why don't you go ahead and come back to me, and I'll get you something special for this.
Lovely. And Tato just feels satisfied that he did a good deed today. Yay. Wait, I don't actually have anywhere to go. Where am I?
This is Farah. City of Farah.
City of Farah.
Yes. It's a southern portion of Miraleth. That's right. You probably haven't been here before, Tato, have you? You should probably follow those people with the bear. They're probably your best bet for surviving right now.
Yeah. How well do you know them? Are they like regular customers of yours?
Yes, they are.
All right. Can I have you vouch for me? Like, can I just drop your name, say, hey, Greaves said I should join you, or?
Tell you what. You can go ahead and give them this. He, moves forward and hands you, a whole bunch of little papers.
Thank you.
The little papers they say that they are 10 gem vouchers. And, you can offer them those, and if they don't want them, well, then they just don't get them, I suppose.
Thank you so much, Greaves. You're helping me out big time.
Not a problem.
All right. And the guards are letting me in, right? Since they did the path.
They did the path down. They took your name and everything, and while you're here, and they're content to let you in.
All right. I don't have to go in and register or anything?
Nope, you're good.
Okay, cool.
It's, it's Border Patrol, but it's pretty lax Border Patrol. It's not like there's been, a great terrorist attack on this nation yet.
And Tato just walks up to them.
People
Hello
trying
again.
to cross the border, or stealing horses, or shouting apart their king.
Goddamn storm cloaks.
Graham will kind of perk an ear up as Tato comes back. Hey, what are you doing here?
I'd like to offer you something. And he shows them all the papers with the 10 gem vouchers. Yeah, Greaves gave me these to give to you on the condition that I join you guys.
Yeah.
You're not a weirdo, are you?
I am absolutely a weirdo.
Good,
Greg
you'll
just
fit
looks
right
happy to have
in.
money.
Graham,
I don't have any money.
Graham, you notice that the papers are magical, as per everything that Greaves has ever owned.
Graham shall take one of the papers. Welcome aboard.
Cool.
Greg very
just,
happily takes a paper.
I mean, he just kind of I titled and kind of asked him, "Are you still injured from what happened earlier?"
Tato,
Oh yes, I'm still quite concussed.
Tato's your nose is bleeding just a little bit.
Yeah.
Elemi is gonna put his hand on Tajo's shoulder and cast heal wounds on him.
I negotiated a business deal while concussed. I guess I should really get a job with Greaves. Full time.
Do you hear what I said?
Yeah, you're doing lay on hands, right?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
roll your
heal
dice.
wounds.
Roll the dice for it.
What am I rolling or is he rolling?
He's rolling. He's the one casting it. Isn't there like a healing roll for that? Yeah, there you go.
Ah. Ah, thank you.
He feels slightly less concussed.
Thanks.
But by the way, Gokin, could I get a perception check or something about the incident that happened earlier in the alley? Edwin wasn't there. He just wasn't all the way in.
Yep, you may absolutely do so. You never need to ask me if you want to roll something. Just tell me that you're rolling something, tell me why you're doing it, and you're free to roll. You never need to ask to roll anything. I'm telling that to all of you right now.
Okay.
It probably won't always get your results, but you never need to ask, you just need to inform me that you're doing it.
Okay.
I'm rolling Arcana to explode the entire world with lightning.
Definitely did.
Okay, you fail. Yeah, no, Element, you saw all of that go down. You were kind of casually peeking around the corner through those snaky boys, and you saw them just straight up gang up on a frog and like threaten his life or something.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, in the casual way where they don't actually threaten his life, but like clearly they were threatening him. Anywho, so yeah, you saw all of that. You know exactly what happened.
All right, good.
Anywho, is the party ready
Paladin
to?
incoming.
Is the party ready to move on?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So as you start making your way down to the tavern in question to seek out the two individuals who
Hold on. We've got to have everybody right at the edge of the map. Otherwise, it's just going to keep yelling at us that we must gather our party before venturing forth.
Do we have to close all the menus?
Yeah, you do. And then there's about a 3-second
Graham,
timer.
you got to get Snowy in there, you know? Everybody, you got to gather your party before venturing forth.
Tick.
I'm opening my menu.
Okay, how do I stop sharing his sheet?
You can't.
Oh well. Then on to the next area, which is. Oh, by the way, Graham, are you sharing the sort of map of the city?
Yeah, Graham will share the map of the city.
There is the map of Farah. And a quick note. I know North says it's to the left, but it's actually down. My apologies. I know that's janky.
It kind of makes me wish I could flip the map itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just put it into MS Paint and rotate it.
That would help, actually.
All right, MS Paint skills activate.
Proliferate.
By the way, Respawn still hates me for using MS Paint.
Why do you use MS Paint?
Um,
Get Krita. I told you to get Krita.
We're all judging you.
Krita is easy to use and
I
way
don't
more
know
powerful.
why.
You're
Any of you
in
trust
here
me.
with. You are in here with 2 graphic artists. You know, they will literally
I'm-
string you up and kill you for using MS Paint.
Listen,
And
my-
we're back to Comedy Central's
Please
roast of
Or wait for Clip Studio to go on sale and get it for like 15.
Listen, my girlfriend is also an artiste, and I'm sure she would not be proud of me either. But listen, I'm a musician and a half-rate DM. I don't know what you're expecting from me.
Krita.
What's your genre?
Get Krita.
My genre?
Yes.
Irish.
Krita.
Anyways, where are we heading?
You're heading to the sort of downtown area of Furry. As you make your way through, you see, the general structure of the houses. Much like the majority of Fortitude City, the general area of Furry itself seems to have its own sort of more or less theme, so to speak. As you walk through, it's just a generally nice town, very well kept. It's not as busy as Fortitude, which is honestly nice. A lot less to keep track of. As you're making your way down, you do notice that you do happen to actually start to see guards of diversity, though kind of, sort of. They're all wearing this sort of bronze armor and then this sort of weird dragon plate helmet type thing. So they look like they basically kind of look like a dragonborn, even though they're not necessarily a dragonborn. Some of them are, some of them aren't.
Honestly, I like the aesthetic they're using.
Element also likes it very much.
Graham
let me-
appreciates the diversity over the stupid clone guards.
Yeah, it seems that like once you got past that front gate area, all the guards seem to actually be people.
Crag probably doesn't notice.
So Graham is probably just assuming that the king literally sent guards to every town to search every person entering a town around this area.
It's a plausibility.
Graham hates the king even more.
And here the party is loading in. Loading.
Kai suddenly shrinks.
And then grows. Okay, that's all good. That's all good. I'm missing someone. Am I? No.
Snowy, but I don't think Snowy needs a token.
Right,
Wait
okay,
a
that's fine.
second.
Yeah, no. Okay, I think we're good.
Is Snowy a companion or is he a PC?
Snowy is a familiar.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay, we have Snowy, Craig, Risforn, Kai, Zyre, Element, Tito. Okay. I don't know why, just the overwhelming warm color backgrounds I think was throwing me off. I missed the purple obsidian. Anywho, you start making your way down the streets, and Graham, you would realize that this left here is the left that they told you to take to get to the inn.
Mm.
You notice a dragonborn kind of casually at the corner, preaching about Bahamut.
Huh. Is I'm assuming that the dollar sign is a store of some kind.
Yes, it is. This seems to be a bookstore.
Ah. Graham continues
Risforn goes
on.
in.
I had a feeling.
Risforn barges through the door. Books!
The fox who was just outside kind of like staggers to the side, like, yeah.
He's gonna step back out, grab Crag, and drag him in too.
Kai looks concerned about her master being dragged around.
So, hello, you beautiful bear.
Craig sniffs the person that she's not allowed to kill.
The fox who was outside does quickly head inside the bookstore as well.
Actually, I'm kind of curious if Tato and Kai are of a similar weight.
That's very rude.
I mean, you're the one who said you were like 600 pounds. So.
Oh, no, I'm 240, and then on top of my armor, you get like 290 something. It's half
Okay,
plate.
so in armor, you probably weigh as much as that bear.
In armor and then enlarged. I got my little enchanted fork here. The fork of truth.
The fork of truth.
I hope you get that reference.
Anywho. Graham, as you are just about to pass the cart, this rather large fellow kind of steps forward and goes, "Hey, you there! You look like you need a weapon. How about you stop by my cart and I can get you a brand new martial weapon?"
I have this longsword.
Maybe you want a better longsword.
I'm pretty sure I can't afford a better longsword right now. At least not until I, do some more jobs and whatnot.
Oh, come on, we can make a deal. What else do you have on you? I'm sure you have things to sell. Come on.
Like, are you talking about, like, enchanted swords or something?
Enchanted, non-enchanted, martial, non-martial, special, not so special. Anything you want to kill, anything you want. It's all here at Martus's cart.
Oh, sir, I don't have any gold on me right now, but I might be a customer in the future.
All right, well, I'll be around right here. Of course, I always can make a deal.
Graham will use his arcane sight to see if any of the swords are actually like magical.
Do anything happen to your eyes when you use arcane sight?
I don't believe so. Not anything.
There's nothing in the
they
rules
might
as
be-
written. I'm just asking you for flavor.
I would say if you want to for flavor, you can. Otherwise, there wouldn't be anything that would happen.
I would say maybe Graham's eyes would kind of have a constant glow about them, but that would be about it.
Cool.
But yeah, as you do look in, some of them are enchanted, some of them are just plain swords and weapons and all the sort. He's got a very large selection.
Graham
which is surprising
considers
given the
turning
size.
invisible and stealing said's magic swords. Unfortunately, he is neither a noble or this guy is probably just a merchant. I'm assuming.
No, yeah, he's Martus.
Yeah, Graham wouldn't steal from him.
He's a very forward, proverbial salesman.
Well, maybe later.
As you are
The
done
only
being,
thing I'm really looking for is armor, but
as you're done being more or less jostled by him to buy something already, you do notice behind him there's a rather large sort of gathering that seems to be somewhat of a celebration. People going about with drinks and whatnot, and they all seem to be fairly. Most of them seem to be fairly armored and whatnot. Though you do rather easily spot the Kenku and the Tabaxi standing outside, and it looks like this building that they're standing right outside of seems to be the tavern in question. The Kniffy Clan.
Graham shall approach.
As you do make your approach, you take note at how this gentleman here is a city guard who's just kind of like casually overseeing the thing, but seems to be generally, more or less happy for the individuals. As you get closer, you notice that, this Kenku here seems to be, saying things like, "I'm so glad, dear, that you finally came around in life," and he seems to be like this guy's mother or something. She seems to be quite proud of him and having a little, tearful moment. And as you,
Graham is as he probably stands out as a like albino rabbit.
yeah, no, as you do start to step closer, this centaur here casually moves a spear in front of you to stop your forward motion. Bless you.
Let's see. Nope. Graham just doesn't look very intimidating. Hey.
Remind me, isn't there like a disadvantage for rolling intimidation on things larger than you?
No.
Okay, I might be thinking of something else. Probably Pathfinder or something.
It sounds like something that would be in 3.5.
It was not in
Anywho.
3.5.
Pathfinder. Anyway.
Graham will yell out, "Hey!"
Hey yourself, what do you need?
He's yelling at the Kenku and the Tabaxi.
Hey, girl.
And the two kind of just glanced over to you. Oh! Hi! Can we help you? He says, kind of glancing between Graham and...
Graham's eyes begin to narrow.
He gives you like the sort of like head nod, like, that's not a good time. That's not a...
I mean, when is it not a good time to say hi to old friends?
Yes, we could go inside, have a drink. Oh, who is this, dear? How do you know this fella? He's rather cute. You'll probably eat some more. Looks like he's been eating nothing but birdseed, much like you have. I mean, I need to watch my figure, Mom. It's not like this is an easy job. Right. Who are you? How do you know him?
I am Graham Ashfell. We met him in Fortitude.
Oh, Fortitude. You must have, I suppose you knew about his whole big old trade thing then, whatever he did.
Oh, yeah.
All right, very nice. Did you two work together? Yes, we worked together. It was all very fine, very nice, very good businessman working deal things. It's very nice. We can talk inside. And then he kind of just tries to usher her inside.
Graham will kind of give her a slight polite bow.
I'll just be right back, Mommy. We need to discuss some more business. More money to be made. Yes. Okay, fine. And like she eventually just, goes inside to enjoy herself amidst what seems to be a minor party going on. And just casually looks around at Graham. It's like, okay, what? Do you need the payment now?
I mean, we kind of do. We're kind of in a hurry because let's just say some of the thing, us helping you with the thing, kind of screwed someone else we know who we need to save. So
He just gives like a long sigh and goes, okay. All right. Right. How much did you need?
I can't. I honestly can't remember how
1,000
much.
gold.
It was her debt is 1,000 gold.
Oh, simple 1,000 gold. Oh, okay. Well, that's honestly simple enough. Okay. And
I would also appreciate it if you could throw in an extra, oh, I don't know, couple hundred gold so I can, like, an extra 300 gold if that's not too much to ask.
300 gold? Why do you need 300 gold?
Well, so that way I can buy better armor and keep helping people who need help.
Is 1,000 gold not enough to do that for you?
The 1,000 gold pays to keep the friend alive. Who, well, either that or, we're gonna have to. Other things are going to have to happen for us to save her, which would be worse off.
Well, that's not my problem. I'm giving you 1,000 gold, and I'm getting out 1,000 gold. That's a lot of my cut.
All right, fine.
It gives you.
Actually, hang on. I want to roll insight on that.
Feel free.
It's probably not going to go well.
As far as you can tell, he's legitimate.
All right.
Yeah, no, if anything, you feel like you're already scamming him. Just, let me just, 1,000, that's, how many platinum is that? And he starts counting out some platinum coins that he had on him. Before he offers them to you. Giving you, I believe that's 10 platinum coins, right?
Yes.
No, wait, no, it would be 100 platinum coins because it's 10 gold to a
Oh,
platinum.
yeah.
Okay, so you get 100 platinum coins. Graham. By the way, if you want to, I don't know, get that crown back or whatever, I don't care because I've already got my money.
Oh, that would actually be wonderful if that's the case.
Well, yes, we already sold it to the fence. They're off by the front gate. Just take it a little left before you exit the city.
Ah, okay.
Though they do tend to be rather rough customers, and I think they actually have someone there that's related to Midnight, which is kind of scary.
Related to Midnight?
Yes. I mean, we think so. They wear a similar mask. And they are called Twilight, so, we're just, putting two and two together here. Twilight, similar mask, also very much an assassin. Drives fear into our hearts just when we just try to bargain with them.
I really want to know why Midnight wants that crown so badly.
Wait, you get scared when you bargain with somebody?
Not usually, but when it comes to Twilight, or Midnight for that matter, they have a bit of a... I don't want to talk about it.
Man, my wife is a minotaur. I don't get scared of nobody.
Alright, why don't you go deal with Twilight then, or Midnight, or whoever?
I mean, if you're offering me a job, then heck yeah.
I mean, as far as I'm aware, your friends are trying to get back the crown stolen from your king. I'm sure that'll pay.
Yeah, I only just met these guys today. Actually, not even today, like less than an hour. Thank you, though.
You know that hour was within today, right?
I know, I mean like less than 24 hours. Don't diss my aesthetic.
By the way,
Graham will laugh at Tato a little bit.
From
some
of the street signs, by the way, you would know that going down, which again is north on this map, Again, I apologize for that. But by going down, you would end up headed to some of the docks, according to some of the street signs that you see around.
For a moment there, I thought you said some of the ducks. Or this is the pit of duckness all over again.
No, not my duckness!
Alright, well, Graham will look for a guard.
There's one literally standing directly next to you.
Oh, that's right.
This guy right here.
Graham will, move over and be like, hey, so, please tell me, you're... I heard that there were some monsters at the docks. Please tell me you're aware if there's like a bounty or something for dealing with them.
Oh yeah, those things at the docks, those frickin' pests. We've been trying to deal with them, though they just keep frickin' coming. They're not really an issue to deal with, but if they catch someone off guard, they can really just, take them away. It's been kind of an issue. We've been trying to save Mr. Mulder down there. He's a blind gentleman. We've been lucky that he's actually been able to not get grabbed as long as he has. But anyone else
do you
who's been
happen to know where they're... I know they're coming out of the sea, but do you kind of know like what or where they're coming from down there?
He shakes his head softly. Yeah, now, the sea. If there was something more we knew what to do with or how to take care of them, we definitely would.
Graham slowly turns his head to the aquatic seal.
Up. I'm sorry, I was blanking out there. What?
Hey, how do you feel about doing some hunting of some monsters potentially?
I am a monster slayer. Look at that.
Oh, well, I think anyone who adventures kind of slays monsters, but I'm assuming you mean that it's kind of a specialty of yours.
Yes.
Well, we might need you to do some swimming and some murdering.
Yeah, I've done that. Not pretty. Yeah. In fact, jeez. I'm not sure if I should tell you this.
Tell me what?
Go on,
I'm gonna
we're
need-
listening.
I'm gonna need a map.
Your party does currently have a map.
Is it a map of the world or just of the area?
It's a map of the you all have a map of the city and you all have a map of the continent as well.
And no one is actually from this continent. We all kind of immigrated here, so we're all from the mainland.
My
They-
issues in the mainland.
They
Sorry.
came here from the Faerun. But he does still have a map if you want to see it.
Yeah, actually, I would. Because he's gonna look at it anyway and be like, not the
this
same
is-
continent. Okay.
Yeah.
It's taking too long?
I will warn you that the map kind of depicts areas where these like shadow creatures kind of roam and possess you. It covers like most of the map.
Listen, on the mainland, 3 years and 5 months from now, there will be 4 cultist factions that will try to come together to summon their religious icons and destroy the whole planet. Now, I know that sounds insane because you've never met me before, but given how I appeared before you, I'm just hoping
Graham
that you
seems
can believe me.
unnaturally okay with all of this, like completely unfazed.
Graham may or may not be part of one of those cults.
And I got
not
some
really
buddies.
That's not that far off that his family would possibly be part of a cult like that. He
All right.
wouldn't, but his immediate family might.
My buddies, Elysian, Shenzi, Azeroth, and Mahalanir will all be there. Most of us are underground, but I got some buddies topside that could use some reinforcements.
Oh, you forgot the most important name of all.
No, I didn't. Crickets too. Yeah, you're right. I forgot crickets.
Crickets, that's a funny name.
Yeah.
You forgot one more.
Nah, I think I went over all the important. Oh right, and little bastard.
You feel a sense of impending doom. Like something just walked over your grave.
Right, so who else are you missing?
What?
Graham will ask the guard, "Hey, how much is the reward if we can manage to deal with these creatures, even if it's just for like a night?"
I mean, so far the guards, we've been taking care of them. I'm sure we could offer you a reward, though, if you take care of them. Probably a couple dozen gold, something like that. It's not something that's life threat. I mean, it is life threatening to people who aren't paying attention. But otherwise, these creatures aren't the hardest thing to fight off. It's just a freaking nuisance.
Let me just for the hell of it. They don't happen to be like shadowy creatures with purple eyes.
No, they're more like fish.
Ah, okay. Well, we have two people who are perfectly capable of swimming for prolonged periods underwater, so we might be able to do something about it. What if we actually managed to get rid of them?
Like I said, we'd probably be able to reward you a couple dozen gold if you could take care of it. They're just really more of a nuisance than anything. Otherwise, we've been trying to keep on top of it for the most part.
Can you tell me about what these guys look like exactly?
Don't worry, Ristforn. I'm trying to get to you. I have not forgotten you. They look like folks that used to look like you and me, but now they're all fishy.
Ristforn
Like
just kind of
they got barnacles thrown on them.
phases through the wall. Fish?
Fish?
Also, I'm pretty sure Tato said something about Moriarty McCann. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mentioned Moriarty in our group.
Yeah, that listing of people.
In that listing of people, I mentioned Moriarty.
I'm just making sure.
Oh, you know Moriarty too? Is he like slightly creepy in like an overly friendly sort of way?
Actually, he's incredibly exasperated with all of us, so no. I took a trip in his mind too. Wasn't pretty.
Really? What was that like?
Huge library.
Really?
Yeah. Also,
that seems
his
kind of boring for him.
Oh yeah, his a huge library and all of his different personalities split apart.
Wait,
and...
what? He has more than one?
Oh God, everybody does. But it was a mess, let me tell you. And his spite came after us. Mostly Azeroth, but definitely came after us. And I'm
while you're going over this, just so that I can actually get Ristforn, hopefully to also hear this conversation. Ristforn, you walk into the bookstore while they're speaking amidst the thieves and dealing with themselves, and the fox quickly follows you into sort of get behind the little counter that they have in the corner. The entire store, it's a small bookstore, it's a little humble little place, but there are books.
I am looking for more volumes in the Magic and Magic Theory set.
Or
Do you inform the Vulpine of this?
Yes.
Right.
Hey.
Oh, Magic and Magic Theory. We actually only have one of those, but hi Tato, you kind of slid in upside down. What are you
Yeah, I
doing?
did. Yeah. Yeah, I did.
I don't know what you
Tato's
did.
like, what am I listening to here?
Right now you're not listening to anything
Okay.
because you're not in the store. You're currently speaking with Graham about adventures with Moriarty McCann and
Right.
dealing with these thieves and all that kind of stuff.
Right. I'm messing around. I'm just
This
messing
is
around.
happening at the same time as you guys talking. Also, let me give you a quick roll here. Right, yeah, we do have one of those books, and we actually just happened to get a shipment of books in. He says, walking over to a crate, sort of just, brushing through them. We were actually able to get a shipment in from Elra, which was surprising to me, given the current situation of the docks. But looks like we might have something here for you. And I'm gonna give one more roll to make sure. Okay, that's good. Do. He pulls out two books. One of them looks like the rest of yours, though another one seems to that he pulls out looks a lot more fancy. It's got a golden cover, some golden leathering, a golden binding, and all that. It's a very fancy book, but it definitely looks to be in the same general series of it. And he places them on the counter and gives you a light smile. Right, so this one, it's actually a collector's edition. I was hoping to, sell this one for quite a good price. But the other one, I hear that they're generally selling for 10 gold. And as you look over the both of them, one of them is, one of them is, sorry, what two volumes do you have? It's 1 and 3, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's correct. One of them is volume 5, Divination, and that's the normal one. And the other one, the very fancy-looking, sort of limited edition type one, is volume 2 of the collector's edition on Illusion.
Volume 2 was Necromancer.
What? Should have been. Oh.
That was the other one that I was going to pick up, but it was infested.
Huh. Okay, I could have sworn I had a system for this.
I thought you were just rolling randomly.
No, I thought I actually had a chart and I was trying to numerically keep track of the chart so I didn't accidentally number anything the same, but apparently I've already failed at that. Congratulations, me. All right,
maybe
so
write down the chart,
So then that's going to have to be volume 4 because 3 should be Evocation. Do you have volume 1?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, you have volume 1, you have volume 3. So then that's going to have to be volume 4. Illusion is volume 4, Divination is volume 5, I said, right?
Yeah. Okay, and how much for the Divination one?
For the Divination one is the normal edition. That's 10 gold, as you said. That's the general normal price for this book.
Okay, and the
And-
collectors.
The collector's edition is well, I was hoping to sell it for 50 gold. I know that's being a bit hopeful, but there's not really many of these around, especially given the whole situation. I don't suppose you have 50 gold.
I do not. But I have some gems.
Do you, can you get them appraised?
Let's see. I'll go with this. I'll try and appraise them myself.
All right, Rishforn, you believe that each of these gems are worth approximately 1 gold.
Now I'm sad.
Yeah, no, these gems that you got from the Manor of Astabar are actually surprisingly cheap. But then again, if you do recall the closet that you got them, and it just seemed to continuously spew them out every now and again, you probably could have exploited that, but that's all in hindsight now.
Well, I don't have the 50 gold, but if you hold on to them, I will be back.
You gave a nod? I can certainly certainly reserve them for you.
Craig is
Perfect.
picking up random books.
He's gonna go out. Go on, Craig. We have
Craig
money
is
to
pretending
make.
to read.
Would you like to buy that, sir? He says to Greg.
Craig smiles and puts back, I can't read, and leaves.
I can't read. The store owner looks after him rather confused, but yeah. Rishford and Craig, off on their adventure. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll
Money.
dice. So Craig, at the time that you would be walking up, you would have heard Tato mention Moriarty McCann.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys. I need gold.
What's
What? Oh, hey, it's you two.
Hi.
Where's our payment?
I
need
gave
gold.
it to the bunny.
Graham, I need gold.
No, you don't.
Yes, I
Graham
do.
turns invisible because he's assuming that Ristforn is going to try to pickpocket him. And then he
Ristforn
walks
doesn't
away.
pickpocket anybody. And Ristforn's gonna grab for where he was.
Okay.
As soon as he turns invisible.
Graham, go ahead and give me an athletics check. Ristforn, give me
Athletics, or would it be acrobatics?
I'm pretty sure this would be a melee touch attack with disadvantage since he's essentially.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if anything, this is gonna have disadvantage for one thing, and yeah, I guess melee touch attack, because grapple isn't really
No,
a skill.
grappling is usually either acrobatics or athletics versus theirs.
Gotcha. Well,
But
Graham would,
Ristforn. Sorry.
Graham would win that with or without. I'm sorry. You rolled investigation before. I'm sorry. Yeah, Graham would absolutely probably win that since you've already rolled an 11, and I didn't even have you roll that at disadvantage.
Graham!
So Graham slips away.
Part of that is mine too.
You did
As well as
nothing.
Craig's.
You don't get any of it.
I did something.
Ah man, you got roasted.
It was
Sorry,
my
man.
plan.
I did mention you can get the crown. Okay, go away.
You know what, Craig? We'll just kill him and take it.
No. No
I mean-
killing friends.
Objectively
But what
evil.
about thieves' honor? The honor amongst thieves.
No
He's
killing
violating
friends.
that.
Why are you saying things like that out loud where people can hear you?
The guard side eyes you.
Where Graham doesn't hear you.
Where Element can hear you.
Like literally everyone is just kind of like looking at Ristforn right now. The lizard and the bear that were having a delightful conversation about how much the bear man looks like Kai kind of glance over to you.
Kai roars at the bear man friendly.
This bear got sass. I like him. Hello, sassy bear.
And I can no longer see Graham's token.
I think someone moved on top of you.
I'm
Yes.
sorry for crashing into you before. I literally got slapped into the last 3 years.
Are you apologizing to Kai?
Yes.
Kai makes soft bear noises at him.
Rrr.
Still looking a little annoyed.
That's all. I'm gonna just back away slowly.
Why is Tato slightly larger than everyone else, by the way?
Because Tato's fat!
Fair enough. You know what? I won't argue with that. I understand the feeling of being extra
Chunky.
large.
Grandma would be like, look, we need this money to help Delphine.
He says, as you can just generally hear him coming from the direction of the cart.
Ristforn's ignoring him.
You
Ristforn's
didn't
done
even
with
do
him.
anything. Craig has Craig has some
Ristforn's
right
walking
to the
away.
money.
Craig, let's go make our own money then.
Crag looks disappointed in Ristform for suggesting to kill Fred.
Ooh.
And stays with the other friends.
Ooh. Oh no.
Okay, Ristform wanders off on his own.
I'm all out of love.
As far as making some extra money, though, we could try to deal with the sea creatures at the docks.
Everyone instantly forgets about the crown.
Well, you also said that, or we can go back to the gates and deal with someone who is friends with Midnight, aka the person who used Dimension Door, and is probably friend. And again, like, I don't want to fight Midnight because we fight Twilight. But we can if we as a party decide that would be best, but we're all gonna have to probably deal with Midnight as soon as we get back to Fortitude.
Hey Tato.
Although Midnight has a huge bounty.
You know someone else that uses Dimension Door?
Oh, yeah. Mahal uses Dimension Door, yeah.
Not just Mahal. I'm pretty sure. I'm just cluing you in.
Who else do I know uses Dimension Door?
It's like you completely have ignored me throughout your entire game session on Friday.
I don't blame him.
I don't have good retention, okay?
If I ever say you know someone who probably does something, it's probably Moriarty, just saying.
Alright, I meant to say Moriarty. What did I say? Did I say
Mahal.
Mahal?
Yes.
That doesn't even make sense. He's our DM.
I know. You've been using the name Mahalanir as though he's a player, and I've been confused as to like if you were.
I am so sorry. I had such a brain
Used to
fizzle.
be a player.
I had
He did,
I had such a brain fizzle. I am so sorry.
So I figured you were talking about when he was still a player.
No, I was not. I meant to say Moriarty.
Gotcha.
My bad. Wait,
Well,
I know.
mean,
Oh, I got one friend who uses Dimension Door. His name's Moriarty.
yeah, Moriarty, huh? I think he's in this town somewhere. Is he? Was he in the inn?
I can't meet him then. If I'm from the future, then if I meet him, something bad might happen.
I mean, you didn't actually check inside the inn to see if he was in there, but they did say he was with they did say he was with a Kenku.
Alright, Graham will head into the to the inn. Just peek his head in and see if he sees Moriarty.
Right, as you peek your head in, you see nothing but generally Kenkus and Tabaxis having a good time with a few various armed individuals, much like the centaurs. They seem to be acting as bodyguards to this whole little event. But it seems to be mainly their two families having a grand old time. Though, you know, there are a lot of Kenkus in there. So, maybe? Who knows?
Well, I'm sure if he was in there, I would hear the sound of Moriarty playing music and singing.
You don't hear that. Someone else is playing. Actually, that person playing. It seems to be that bard you met earlier, that black cat.
Graham is invisible, so he doesn't wave.
Right.
And he returns to the party. Okay, so as a group, let's decide if we want to start a little thief war, or because I mean we could get shitloads of money if we take out midnight, like crap loads.
Crag votes thief war.
But
Now-
also his bounty is like 100,000 gold, so he also might be dangerous as all fuck.
So both factions are fish people, right?
No, that's the people at the docks that they're trying to exterminate. He's talking about the gang war,
Oh.
which
Sorry,
isn't really a gang war. It's more of you inciting gang violence by trying to steal back a crown from thieves.
Huh.
Which might also trigger us having to fight someone who, again, has 100,000 gold bounty on his head.
Basically, a thief stole the crown, but then thieves stole that crown from the thief, and then those thieves sold the crown to some other thieves who now have the crown.
Do we know what this crown does? Is it magical?
I don't think it is. Well, I
No one's
would
asked.
have known because if it would have been on them.
Hmm.
Was it magical?
You didn't actually properly see it at the time.
It was on them. I mean, unless they were behind like a shitload of like wood or something between them and me whenever I saw them.
They wouldn't have been. So, yeah, no, they would have had magic items on them.
But would the crown glow magic? Or
Hmm.
wait, no, that's not how detect magic works. Never mind.
They would have had magic on them.
Do they have magic? Well, I guess.
They don't have that magic on them now, no.
Oh, so the crown is magical, isn't it? Damn it.
Most likely is.
So there's a very good chance the crown was magical.
Yeah. You know, I just kind of figured
now
most of it.
now I'm kind of leaning towards taking out Twilight.
You know, if the crown's magical and it's only being passed towards like other thieves, it might, I don't know, it might actually do something that helps the thief out.
Or it could just be a very dangerous item because, again, like a very dangerous man has gone through a lot of trouble to get this. Because the reason why we're paying 1,000 gold to get him off of our friend's back is because he made a bet with her, and she failed because these thieves stole it from. She got captured, and then they stole it from the guards who had it in an evidence locker. And I didn't realize I was helping them steal that whenever I helped them sneak out. But now Twilight, who is again the person who it made a bet with the person to steal this crown, is now here in this city, taking probably more than likely going to take the crown back to Midnight, and I find that super suspicious, and I don't like being used.
Then
Sorry,
use them back. Here's what you need to do.
Grisforn's going to the docks.
Yep.
You pretend to work with one side, but you're really playing both sides. You get the crown, and then with the power of the crown and your own individual abilities, you take out the other gang.
Listen, what are you guys all doing? Are you guys all going to go do the dock thing, or are you guys all going off on your own without Riskforn, letting Riskforn to...
Graham's trying to get a consensus if they go after Twilight or if they deal with the dock thing.
Well, so far, Riskforn is going off without the rest of the party, likely with a feeling of betrayal. So let's just get a quick vote. What does everyone want to do? Elman. Doc or gang war?
I go to the docks myself.
Tato, Doc or gang war?
Oh, absolutely, the docks. You know, we gotta do the small stuff before we get to the big stuff.
All right, Zaire, Doc or gang war?
Docks.
All right, that's
Docs
a
it
majority
is.
for the Docs, yeah. So everyone would eventually...
Track mumbles grumpily about wanting to get C4.
Everyone would eventually come up with Riskforn to the docks then. As we transition maps once again.
Here, I'll move pieces.
Actually, before we go, Graham wants, since he's still invisible, he wants to ask the Kenku and the Tabaxi, like, whispering, is like, hey, by the way, did this fence happen? When did this fence happen to contact you about wanting this thing?
You're still invisible?
Yes.
First off, the guy kind of like jumps a little, like, what the?
Why is he jumping? He knows I can. I turned him invisible. Remember?
Well, yes, but like, it doesn't matter if he knows you can turn invisible. If you just like walk up like next to him and start whispering in his ear, he's still gonna be like fucking surprised. It's like
Grisforn is well ahead, just
Yep.
for the record.
Of course. I'm gonna go ahead and start sharing the sheet now. And I will start placing you in as you load in to the area. Riskforn, I'll go ahead and let you move up to whoever you want to. And I'll basically let you have like, you know, some free time before things start up. But yeah, no, he looks to you and he just gives a stuff around and he's like, oh, he's just a fence I've always known to be good for things. Probably one of the best ones I've met to date. I figured if anyone could move a crown, it would be him.
Graham will say thanks and try to catch up with everyone else.
All right. It's the Riskforn. You're going to go ahead and talk to this gentleman here.
Yep.
He casually waves you over, giving a smile and says, hey, gentlemen, would you like to buy a boat? I'm trying to sell my old boat after I think I've sailed my last.
No, I don't need one.
I don't need a boat. Why wouldn't you need a boat? Don't you do things such as fishing?
Yeah, I jump in and fish.
I'm a barehand fisher.
Gotcha. Oh, you don't use a boat then. All right then. Well, I suppose good luck. I do have some fishing gear as well. I could give you a harpoon, some old gear of myself.
I'm looking for work.
You're not there.
Oh.
You're still loading in.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna shake his head. Nah, I'm good without. Thank you.
All right. Well, if you need any fishing supplies, I've got plenty.
I just heard there's a problem down here, and I'm here to clear it out. So I'm trying to figure out where it's at.
Oh, that would generally be in the water. Every now and then there's a few of these creepy barnacle folks just come right out of the water, try to grab someone, pull them back in. Most of the time, the city guard has been fairly good about responding to that.
Oh, sorry.
You know, it's just
Okay.
a bit worrisome, given the house is right here. They've got to have a good night watch on here, you know?
Alright, where do they come in from?
Generally right from over there, where, between the docks, where the land meets the water, or from right behind me here, through this wall right here. They'll come up under the wall and then climb on over. Basically anywhere where the land meets the water and they find it more convenient to climb up on.
Alright, thank you much. He's gonna head down the docks and
Tato will
jump
run
in.
and be like, "Hey, wait, Utter Dude!"
Desire. And Kai.
To be
Well,
fair,
it's
you
not-
guys are still behind.
Yeah, no, but
But I guess
were.
if Tato's running, then fine.
he's
Tato
running,
said he rushed.
and I did basically say you could interact with more or less one thing before the party would basically catch up.
Harbus! Hello, everybody! Welcome! Thank you very much for that raid!
Oh no, a raid? Now?
16 people!
Oh, no.
That's okay,
yeah.
we can go for another 25 minutes or so.
Okay,
Cool.
sounds good. I was gonna say we were about to end. That's like the worst time for a raid. But hey, if you want to keep going, I can definitely keep this going. There's plenty more content.
Welcome everybody, I'm Razim. We are doing Tales of Miraleth Dungeons and Dragons this evening. Thank you all so much for coming on by. Do remember to hit that follow button and come back as well. Alright, so yeah, Wristforn's jumping in.
Alright, Wristforn, you jump in the water, I will need a perception check.
He's just ignoring Tato.
Wristforn,
Wait, no!
As you jump in and sort of like sink down, and you see how the sort of slope of water moves its way up to land, you actually take note of a few, slowly walking individuals. It appears as though you've gotten here just in time. As they're all making their way up that narrow sort of section. Currently only Wristforn sees this, and he's really the only one that would be able to communicate it. But unless he cannot, for he's underwater.
He's just gonna start off, with lightning.
Everyone give me an initiative roll. Wristforn, you can go ahead and give me an...
Oh! All right, pull that crit card.
Just in time for the raid. Hold on, I'm adding these guys
Oh,
to combat
jeez.
tracker, by the way.
Initiative 20 roll tonight.
And I need to remove the guards that are on the combat tracker.
Ooh, nice.
Blast of power, quadruple
We got
damage.
2 blackjacks.
Wristforn, give me a 1d4. Okay, because of the absolute power of of your lightning bolt going through water, nonetheless, it arcs from one of them to the other, and I don't even think I need you to roll damage. They're just both instantly dead. Like they basically like crumble into a sort of gross green like algae dust. And the
I
other
am
two
satisfied with this result.
And the other two just kind of glance to the side and then slowly look at you.
Oh, hey.
Would Kai be able to smell the weird fish
Nope,
people?
it's because it's deep underwater. She would not.
Okay.
Also, you're really muffled.
Me?
Sorry, I'm having cat problems.
Kai was. Or Craig.
Ah,
My cat decided to sit on my mic.
all right. 12 and 8 are left. So I can delete you. I can delete. No, not Graham. Don't delete Graham. All right.
Please don't do that.
So, Tato, is your turn.
That
Tato-
was my before combat actually started.
Did Tato see the bolt go off?
Tato did see the bolt go off, yes.
Tato will say, "Guys, underwater fighting now!" And he'll jump in.
Hang on.
And Zim, I'm gonna limit you a little bit so that anyone else can get in this fight because you've already killed 2 people. It was an amazing crit. But I'm gonna cut you off before you one-shot all of them in one turn.
You should summon more anyway. It should be a real attack. Not
It
just
is a real attack.
I mean, like instead...
It's like they said, these guys are more pests than anything.
Ah, okay.
They're not like, this isn't like threatening their way of life. This is threatening a few people at a time, and it's just generally annoying. The city guard can generally deal with it once they get to land, but they want you to figure out how to stop it. So these aren't hard enemies. This isn't a big fight. This is help the townspeople just get back to their, normal livelihoods without having to look into the water and worry about something grabbing them and dragging them down.
Okay.
Craig jumps in worried about his friend after the giant lightning, forgetting that his friend is a lightning man.
It is not your turn, Craig.
Oh yeah, never mind.
And I don't know, how much movement did it cost me to just jump in? Or
5 feet. You could have stepped forward and just done a casual dive in from the general force of falling from the dock into the water.
How deep are the sea spawn?
The sea spawn are on the very bottom of the floor, but at the area that they're at, that's probably like 10 feet underwater. For you, you're about 10 feet underwater as well, but the water extends down to about 20 feet underwater. Given like, the sort of undersea mapping of how, like, the landscape isn't exactly the smoothest here.
Alright, well, I'm going to swim right here, and I'm going to hurl my spear at the sea spawn. My magic spear.
Which one?
The only one that I have.
There's 12 and 8. Sea spawn 12 and sea spawn 8. Which one are you throwing at? Which sea spawn are you throwing it at?
Oh, 8.
All right, give me an attack roll.
Yes.
All right, and roll me damage.
Ah.
All right, you sling your spear, and it kind of like, loses momentum through the water as a few bubbles form around the tip, and it does kind of find its way sticking into the sea spawn. But given its own crusty skin and general barnacles and whatnot, you're not sure if it did much of, if any, damage, as it just kind of looks to the spear sticking straight out of its, upper left shoulder area, and it just kind of glances back to you.
Tato pulls out his longsword and says, "Nice," and he immediately teleports to it. It seems. He blinks to his spear.
Tato, I think you used up your actions.
No, I haven't used up my bonus.
Oh, this is a bonus action?
The blinking to the spear is an at will, but the follow-up attack is the bonus action.
You have a follow-up attack at level 3?
Oh, right, I do not. Not anymore. Okay, never mind. I'll stay where I am and end my turn.
Okay. Because I was going to say, you could still do the teleport if that's an at-will thing for your weapon.
It is. But yeah, I'll end my turn. Sorry about that.
Okay. Then it is on to Zyre's turn. Zyre, Craig had shouted out, Tato had shouted out that there's a fight going on underwater after he saw the electrifying bolt go through there.
I'm gonna jump in here. And I lost where I was in my character sheet. One second.
Okay. I assume you'd be attacking.
Yeah. I'm going to take a stab at it with my cutlass.
Okay. And since I haven't been doing this for Risforn and Tato, since they are, amphibious creatures, so to speak. But you will probably have to roll disadvantage since you're attacking underwater, and you're very much likely not used to that. And it doesn't seem to matter as you rolled 2 3s. So you take a swish at it, and as you do so, you sort of forget to factor in that water just is weird and different, and fighting in it is as well. As you sort of slash at it, just kind of goes slow and just doesn't even hit, and you just kind of sat there, kind of floating in the water, like, huh. As then Craig makes his move.
Craig jumps in to help his friend. He's worried.
Right. Where do
And
you
pulls
jump?
out his longsword. Slashing at the closest one.
All right. Go ahead and give me a roll. Disadvantage again for you. Whenever you're ready.
I'm also losing my...
You're right there? Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Okay. And you likewise make a slash at it. Because of your just pure strength, you're able to cut through the water just a little bit better. But nonetheless, as you kind of like scrape at the back of the sea spawn, it seems mainly unstaggered, and it almost doesn't even seem to notice that you've hit it. So then it moves on to the sea spawn's turn. And the sea spawn, who is currently still fixated on Zyre, sort of moves forward to give its own attack. Let's see if that hits. And as it moves to sort of swing claw at you, the water likewise catches sort of on its like webbed hand and fins, and that gives you plenty of time to sort of move out of the way before the claws would have any chance to do any sort of dangerous damage to you. Kai's turn. If Kai does anything, I'm not sure Kai is suited for water fighting.
Unless they're close enough for her to grab their heads now.
No,
I think she just lies down and waits for Crag to come back.
Kai does go ahead and lay down on the dock as, everyone just kind of casually looks over to what's going on. Looks like it is Element's turn, though.
Element is gonna jump in head first with his spear, pointing downwards towards the ocean.
Okay. So you're diving in, and you have heavy armor on, don't you?
I believe it was mid, actually.
Right. Let me just verify that. Inventory is half plate. Yep. Okay. That is medium armor. Yeah. Plate. Right. It is still going to be a bit harder for you to really work in water, but you're already getting disadvantage for fighting in water without, being sort of proficient in that. So you may go ahead and make your attack as you kind of reorient yourself in the water to be able to stab with a spear. Attack with disadvantage. Come on. Go, go, go.
Why were all the Pokemon fighting each other?
Hello?
Yes.
Hi. How do I apply the disadvantage?
In the bottom left corner, there should be a button that says DIS. Click on that, then roll.
Alternatively, you can just roll 2d20 and take the lowest result.
Yes.
Okay, I'll just do that.
Okay, natural 1. Zim, we need a card.
I can't wait to do it.
Oh, poor Element.
Paladin Hero Complex jumped before he thinked.
So did Craig.
Quite
but then
the
again, Craig does
repulsed.
everything before he thinks.
Say again?
Quite the repulsed. Make a strength or dexterity saving throw. Element.
Dexterity?
Strength or dexterity. Strength or dexterity, whichever you... Okay. I'm guessing that
The
failed.
DC was an 18. On a failed
Okay.
save, take the weapon's normal damage. So roll the damage onto yourself.
Alright, so... As you dive head first into the water, apparently you slap the water so bad with such poor form that you kind of lose grasp of the spear, try to grab it again, and then end up accidentally stabbing yourself.
Element, you need to roll the damage on yourself.
Yeah, roll the... Yeah. Take your damage roll. Roll it on yourself. That's the attack roll.
Oh no, sorry.
Take. There should be a damage. So take that and roll it. And make sure you drag it onto yourself when you roll it, so that that damage applies to you.
Die.
Oh, there.
You can click and drag it onto your token on the map or onto yourself in the combat tracker.
Just type it
Or-
in manually.
Yeah,
You got
I'll do
6
that.
wound.
Yep. All right, moving on.
And the target of this attack may make an attack of opportunity against you with advantage.
Oh no!
Oh no!
All right.
What a what a crit!
Let me go ahead and give him another attack.
Oh my god! I hope he crits. I hope the sea spawn crits.
Oh no!
Freaking murk him.
It does have advantage, remember that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Poor
Well,
Paladin.
let's give it a look. I accidentally rolled already once, but. Hey Zim, we need another crit fail card.
No, because if it's with advantage, it's only... It's the highest of the
Right.
two.
Do the crit fail anyway. Do
No.
it. Do it. Do it. I don't give a shit. Do it. Oh, you butt. Okay.
No, yeah, you are correct. My apologies. I forgot that it was with advantage. Oh well.
Oh whoa.
My hopes and dreams all dashed. Anywho, Graham, it's your turn now. That Element has had a spectacular.
Failure.
Alright.
Did it hit Element or
It
no?
it did not. It missed both of its attacks
Okay.
with advantage.
10, 15, 25, 30. Graham shall jump in the water. And he shall use Eldritch Blast on Sea Spawn 12.
All right. As per usual, roll with disadvantage. As this is Risk Tornato's realm.
Would a spell have disadvantage underwater?
You still need to aim.
You need to aim
True.
through water. You kind of need to keep yourself afloat. There's a lot going on underwater, especially with fighting underwater.
Good point.
You're not proficient in that.
Miraculously, it looks like Graham still was able to get off a blast that just barely hit. So go ahead and roll damage. It was one of those 360 no scope type deals where he just jumped in, fired blindly, and was just lucky enough to get it. So he does that much damage, and okay. So the sea spawn takes the blast and kind of staggers back softly as sort of green dust forms around it in the water, showing off the kind of damage that has been done to this creature. But it is still standing, and does not seem generally happy with that. So it then goes ahead and moves forward to the thing that last attacked it, as these things are pretty dang mindless. And
I never attacked 8.
wait, what? You didn't?
No,
Oh,
I
you
attacked
attacked
12.
12. Okay.
Hey, he
I'm
said they were
dumb.
mindless.
They are mindless.
True.
So
actually
random
left-
aggro, dude. Yeah.
No, but then that is actually completely my fault. My apologies. He would this would be the one with the spear in his shoulder, which would then move to pull the spear out of its shoulder, and then go to attack Tato.
With the spear? With my own spear?
Yeah, yes, but
Okay,
But I'm going. It's going to be. I'm just going to have it be a different attack because it's not proficient with this spear, so it's going to be just using one of its base attacks because that's just easier. And we have limited time. Okay. It moves to sort of stab at Tato and completely misses. As again, it's not proficient with this. So, on to the next turn, which for some odd reason is Snowy, but I don't think Snowy's going to work here.
No.
And Citier's not here, so we're back to Ristforn.
Great. Ristforn is going to swim over to here.
Okay.
Sorry, disregard the cure words. I didn't mean to do that.
Bonus action, Dragon's Breath on himself.
Ooh. Oh no. Don't do it.
He'll
I know exactly what you're
swim
going to do.
here.
Wait, what?
It's a cone.
Oh yeah, no, I know it's a cone. I didn't think you could actually hit that from there, but that does work. Go ahead and give me the damage roll. I'm sorry, not the
Because
And it wouldn't reach Zyre.
because Tato's fat, he gets hit by this too.
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
Don't
fine.
try to be special.
I am special.
No, you're not. You're just another adventurer like everyone else who's got a tragic backstory.
I don't have a tragic backstory at all.
Yes, you do. You were slapped by your grandpappy and put into last year.
It's not really tragic, though it is unfortunate.
It is tragic. Your grandpappy hates you now.
So yeah,
doesn't
he's
hate-
blowing out lightning. So
And now you have to live in a world where people hate Moriarty McCann.
Oh.
And that's the most tragic thing of all.
and honestly, I'm not sure if this spell. Usually it says that the spell is only once, but this is also rather low damage for a second level spell, so I'm thinking that it lasts as long as I keep concentration.
Let me take a quick look at the spell. One moment, please. So this is
There you
the
go.
second level spell, Dragon's Breath. So concentration up to 1 minute. Yeah, you can do this for 6 turns.
10 turns.
Turn. Yeah. I was about to correct myself, but thank you. So yeah, it is a concentration. So yeah, absolutely.
Well, he's done for this turn.
All right. Are you holding the concentration, I assume?
Of course. He needs money, and his betrayed him, so...
Even though they're right here helping you, but, you know, you're burning them anyways. So, Tato, go ahead and smack at the speed spawn.
Cool. I'm gonna... Will it take a... Oh god. A grapple for me to just grab my spear?
Yeah, something like... it would be like a disarm action, I'm pretty sure. Which... Athletics versus athletics. Pretty sure.
Oh, hey, I don't need to. It's like, what would happen if I teleport to my spear right now?
You would basically be exactly where you are, but like a little bit closer and holding your spear. I assume your spear teleport doesn't allow you to teleport inside of something.
No, it does not.
As most teleportation things do not normally allow.
But I cannot move my piece now. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got you.
And then, I mean, at least Ristforn would notice that the spear gave out like a quick bright light, and all of a sudden there are 2 blades in Tato's hands. And then he'll cut the sea spawn to ribbons. Or try to.
Alright, give me your attack. Disadvantage not necessary.
Oh no, he's definitely proficient fighting underwater.
Yeah, absolutely. Basically, you and Ristforn are, aw, that was so close to a critical. Why are you rolling 2?
Twin blades.
Do twin blades just naturally get 2 attacks?
Yeah, for each. Yeah, it's the attack
Your
and the
offhand
bonus
attack
action.
would be a bonus action.
Gotcha. Okay. Then yeah. So you swing with one, and it seems to hit rather nicely. You have to roll damage for it, but the other
How do I get a 1 again?
It just seems to be your lot.
Yeah.
You do get a rather nice gash in there because of your modifier, but the creature, still being as dumb as it is, seems to be generally unfazed. More sort of green algae and whatnot, the dust of age of underground in the sea.
Definitely has a pretty good idea that he's dealing with something similar to a drowner.
Something like that, maybe. Anyway, we're gonna have to start like lightning round off, so everyone just start rolling off your attack rolls against whatever you're doing it to. Alright, that is a miss. Craig. Alright, that's a hit. Roll damage. Okay. You get a rather nice hit in a lot of that green dust, as many times stated before, coming out, and also a bit of a black, almost sludge-like blood. As it seems that this thing is on its last legs, but still going to make one more attack. 2. And it absolutely misses. Moving on to Elman. Elman, roll your attack. Which you were attacking 12. Alright, go ahead and roll me damage. Alright, and you are just barely able to finish it off, as it had been greatly weakened for you and was inches from death. You're able to just land that last little extra bit it needed to sort of like keel over, and then it just starts to softly sink down to the ground, into the sand where it looks like it belongs. Graham, your turn. Oh, you dropped a 20 there. Oof. But you still hit it, so go ahead and give you damage. Alright, another Eldritch Blast. You seem to be doing rather well for fighting underwater for someone who has rarely or never done it before. As you point and blast a big old blast mark forms around the chest of the creature as a few bubbles start going up from the pure eldritch energy that would have dissipated against this thing. As it then kind of looks around a bit confused. I'm going to roll to see who it attacks, because now it basically is random. And it looks like it's going to keep aggro on Tato.
Works for me.
It's going to make
Bring
a
it.
sort of special weird attack as these sort of weird quills come out of its hand and it starts to try and claw at you. But your armor is too good for that.
Yeah.
So it just kind of scratches against the armor as though it was like, nails against metal. It's weak. It's pathetic.
And as he does this,
it barely even merits your
as
attention.
this does this, everybody can hear like dun 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 dun. The freaking Terminator theme, and he looks at the sea spawn and says, "In Aquin, that will be insufficient."
Yeah, Spawn 12 is dead, so I can delete him. Riskforn, it is your turn to finish this man off or to fail spectacularly.
Spawn 8 right in front of me?
Yes. And you electrifying bolt. Give me damage. And yeah, you basically just reach out your finger and, the touch of God. It shoots through the creature and it twitches and whines out against the water in a sort of weird, almost elderly screaming voice as it then, much like the other ones, starts to turn back into dust and sand. Nothing more than bits of shell as it falls back into the beach from whence it came. And that is end of combat.
Cool. Tato will collect their heads.
All right, there's literally only one head to collect because the other three were dusted.
That's fine. I'll just collect the one head.
All right, you collect the old, soggy, icky head from the sand.
All right, we gotta end.
Yep. So as everyone gets back up to land, you're all very wet, but you were able to stop a moderate annoyance from attacking the town. Congratulations. Hopefully there's some sort of reward in there for this.
All right. Tato feels like he's about to blink back. I don't know. He feels like something ethereal is happening to him. And he quickly says, 3 years, 5 months, Slumber Hills. And then he's out.
Or is he?
Thank you everybody so much for joining us this evening for Tales of Miraleth Dungeons and Dragons. We will be back next week. Well, no, we will not be back for 2 weeks.
No, we'll be back next week, but then the 30th and the 6th we won't be.
Wait. Oh, right. Yes, we'll be back next week, and then the 30th and 6th we won't be here. So, do come back and join us for more. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. Because of you guys, I am able to keep bringing this content. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. Also check out the description down below. We've got links for all sorts of places. Our website has some, well, I think it's pretty great merch, so do check that out at the zgfgaming.com. Thank you for joining, and I bid you all a very fond adieu.
Have a good night, everyone.
Farewell.
Tato messed with